Yo, yo! I think it's working. Woo!
So many whispers flying round, unbroken wings deafening, but I hide my head from the sound, so tired of listening. I let my mind just drift away, with perfect thoughts left ignored, but now I'm begging you to stay.
Hey, hey, hey. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope your weekend went well. Hope you got to do something fun or spend some time off or maybe got some work done if that's what you needed to do. Got lots of messages coming in already. Hello, hello. What's up? How's it going? Started following you recently, decided to get the C922. Very nice. Thank you very much. I don't know why all right. Full disclosure for the entirety of the stream, because the stream might go for a little while. I could not sleep to save my life last night. I just could not stay asleep. So I'm going to say some weird stuff because I'm not fully in control of my mental capacities. So keep that in mind. So I'm glad you're enjoying the C922 is what I meant to say. So glad you're enjoying it. Hope it does you some well. Words. Okay. This is going to be an interesting stream. Today we are working on the OBS Studio Tutorial Course, which is a big video course I've basically been working on all year in terms of total preparation and then shooting the scripting, shooting the A-roll, and now we're in the editing phase. I do still have some B-roll and some desktop footage that I need to record, but for the most part, you know, we're editing it now, and I have not made much progress at all while editing, and so I'm going to chat with you guys and try to keep motivated as we go through this, because I feel like that will be the easiest way to keep me like focused and locked in on what we're doing here is for me to stream this and kind of being held responsible. Like I can't go do something else because I'm live. So that's the idea at least. And we've got a couple different camera angles set up here. You're seeing the Logitech Brio, but then I got my G7 running into the AverMedia Extreme Cap UVC to be green screened out. Then we've got some desktop views, and I'm going to try to make sure I don't show any personal information, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to move my chat back over here. I usually have, or I used to have, a little side monitor here that did better for holding chat. I no longer have that monitor, so keeping chat up is actually going to be a little difficult, but we are going to work on this. Got an ETA for the course. The goal is to release it, or to start releasing it by Halloween, because it's about 50 or 40 or so episodes of individual episodes, but I'm also compiling it and do a single video that'll be like 8 or 9 hours long that'll contain all the individual episodes plus a few episodes that I didn't feel could stand on their own, and then I'm going to have some extra content added throughout as well. So I think the first episode and the full course I'm aiming to release by Halloween, but we're already halfway through the month and I'm only editing episode 2 right now, and I haven't even edited episode 1, so we will see. See you later, Romvely Plays. Stream looks great. Can't wait to see the final product. Awesome. Webcam looks crisp. Thanks for coming over from Fabio's channel, Ragnies. With different versions coming out, how will that affect things down the road? It shouldn't affect them at all. Most of what I am explaining is pretty evergreen, and if things do change, then I can just make update videos for specific episodes. But typically with OBS, things don't directly change. They just add new features, so then I can just make more content about the new features. So we will see. So I'm going to switch on over here. Let me try out the Stream Deck, make sure that works. Bloop. Hey, it's working. And we got a green screen going. I never use a green screen, and we got one going, and I think it looks pretty decent, if you ask me. Let me know what you think. This is, of course, the Elgato. I just cut off my head there. But this is, of course, the Elgato green screen with a basic LED light and my Panasonic G7 running here. I think it turns out pretty good. I am using Windows 10. RAM isn't super important for OBS unless you're using instant replays. So, I mean, 16 gigs, 8 gigs is fine. Anything on price? The course is going to be free if that's what you're referring to. I'm not sure what price you're referencing. All right, so for context, hey, what's up? All right, so, my bin's all jacked up. Hold on. My bin got moved. No, bin, no. I had to plug in a third monitor, which I haven't been using lately, which means my Windows scaling is jacked up again. All right, we good. All right, so I've got both my main screen and the side screen here. Oh, is it not going to switch? It's not going to switch. All right, hang on. I got to pull up the Stream Deck. What the hell, Stream Deck? Oh, don't tell me it's going to... Oh. Right, Mon Facecam overlays. There we go. Stream Deck troubleshooting on the fly. All right, let's try it again. Boop. There we go. All right, so I've got both monitors. Sorry, I've got my OBS preview and my chat over here because that's the closest I could get it to my face. So I've got both monitors set up here. Facecam's a different size. Doesn't really matter. So we're just going to be cutting and editing today, and I'm going to be going for a few hours, hopefully. The main goal here is to just maintain focus for as long as possible. My cat is making some crazy noises. I think he's hyper and trying to play. Yep, now he's meowing. Bud, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? PC spec is i7 6900K, 64 gigs of RAM, which is a new upgrade, GTX 1080, yada yada. 8.1 Pro should be fine for gaming, unless you need DirectX 12, which most games aren't even using at the moment anyway. Like, 8.1 is pretty reliable at this point. Stream Deck is a hardware. It's a scene switcher kind of macro keypad from Elgato. I did a bunch of content on it, so if you just search Stream Deck on my channel, you'll get a lot of videos. All right, so we are working here. Now, I will also add a disclosure here. Performance for the stream probably isn't going to be great. We're working with super high bitrate ProRes and DNx HR footage at 4K 60. Oh my God, my cat is making crazy noises. And so even when I'm not streaming, performance on the timeline isn't the best since I have proxies enabled, but since they're rendered to 16:9 and my monitor is 17:9, it acts a little funky. So we will see how it goes. I definitely need to see what the hell my cat's doing real quick. Hey, Fabio, what's up, buddy? You are my resident moderator, Fabio. Add moderator. There we go. You are my moderator for the stream as long as you are here, because I will need some moderation. So we are editing episode 2, course overview, or UI overview. I do have a course intro episode here that I have shot, and we will edit eventually. But I need like sample footage from the rest of the course. So I'm editing that not first, and we will be editing episode 2 first here. And my Premiere is not making sound. That's not a good start. Audio hardware. What mic are you using? This is the Electro Voice RE20. I've made some content about it. Of course, speakers, Realtek high definition. All right, I got to relaunch Premiere real quick here, because Premiere is stupid when it comes to audio devices. So we will switch back up to the webcam view here as I get Premiere going again. I have the power! The power! Multiple audio tracks, recording party chat, and making sure to try to keep up things, multiple tracks, so I can edit that. Has been quite a challenge. It can be quite a challenge, especially if you're trying to separate PC game sound from chat sound, because then you either have to use multiple audio devices and a separate mixer, or you have to use some crazy virtual mixer software, and I don't mess with the software at all. I even said that in my course. I was like, this is what people recommend. This is what you should do if you don't have hardware. I just can't make myself do it. Did heard you in super slow-mo. It wasn't slow-mo, it was an echo. What's up, Daniel Schooley? How's it going? All right, Premiere, are you going to open back up for me? Dearest Adobe Premiere Pro, I'm looking for you. OBS is using a lot of CPU on my laptop. Switch to hardware encoding if you can, or switch to the faster presets. Under CPU usage preset, you can switch to very fast, super fast, and so on. That'll use a little bit less. Should save your bacon a little bit. All right, Premiere, come on. There we go. We're coming back. What do you use for screen capture? I use OBS Studio. That's why we're editing the course. That's what this is all about. Give me a nice little drink here. Is it vodka? No, it's not vodka. I've gone through puberty 5 times. No, not really. Thanks, Iraqi Next Gen. Thank you for the kind words. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm surprised at how well 1080p 60 streaming goes with YouTube. I'm streaming a little higher than 9 megabits per second at 1080p 60, and it ends up looking really well, even with my 4K monitors. Like, the scaling and stuff ends up working out quite well. I'm quite impressed. All right. I've got plenty of OBS performance tips in the course once it comes out here, if Premiere will let me edit it. You will work. You will work. Jedi mind trick. Come on. You can do it. There we go. All right, now we got to load the previews again. I used to do a bunch of editing live streams back in like March and April, and then I stopped streaming altogether pretty much. Just because I got super busy. I quit my main job and went full-time on YouTube and things like that and got super busy with YouTube projects. And so I'm trying to get back into it. I've been streaming on Twitch. I've streamed a couple times now, streaming some PUBG. And like I said, I am forcing myself to stay focused and motivated on this course. So that is why we are streaming it. Short review on Photoshop CC 2017 versus Lightroom 6. Overall, they're two completely different programs. I mean, I use Lightroom too to manage my photo library and do basic photo editing. Photoshop's more on a per image basis. I have 2 cats now. We picked up a new kitty. It was a stray that we adopted from our neighborhood. Her name is Remy. The cat we've had is Pud, who is, yes, a male. He's doing all right. Remy just got fixed last week, so she's still recovering and being locked in the bedroom, etc., etc. All right, come on, load the previews, Premiere. We want to see some edits. How do you plan to release each episode? I don't know yet because I do have about 40, so we don't have a whole lot of time until the end of the year. And in every single video I said, hey, this is my new course for 2017. So it'll be at least once a week. Where are we at now? Actually, if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I don't know the exact schedule yet. I am really going to have to figure it out. Yes, Lumix G7 is, or look at the G85 too. If you can get it first, you can sometimes get it the same price. The G7 and the G85, best budget 4K cameras you can get. Yeah, keyframe intervals should be set to 2 seconds or the equivalent of that in frames, which would be 120 frames if you're at 60 FPS or 60 frames if you're at 30 FPS. All right, looks like we are loaded in here, and we're going to be doing a lot of scaling and tracking, so it's about to get laggy up in his house. Yeah, actually, I can show you. If I show you over here, I have a bin. Can you see this? Okay, I will make this a little bigger here. So this is a bin with my individual episode like sequences.
Bacon.
Thanks for following on Twitch. I guess I still have Twitch overlays on. Whoops. Lol. All right, so here are the individual course episodes. So course 1 intro here, all the way down There are 48 total sequences, although, or no, they go up to number 48, but there's like 5 or so that aren't included in here because I wound up not filming them. So we've got about 40 episodes, and then like I said, I am making a formal like masterclass video, which will be 8 or 9 hours long, but it'll contain way more content than just the individual episodes. Got lots of cheap and budget microphone recommendations in the microphone playlists on my channel. All right, we're gonna start cutting in here. I'm on Twitch at Wharf3K. Sweet.
Obvious.
All right. Oh, I still have speakers on. Haha, lol. All right.
File, edit, view, tools.
Let me know how the audio balance
but
is
also
as well.
provide
Make sure you
profile.
can hear the edit, but that it's not overbearing me. Obviously, it'll be a little confusing hearing. Oh, my internet's crapping out. Hello. There we go. Obviously, it'll be a little confusing hearing me through the edit and through Premiere, but we will work on that. Hopefully, my internet holds up with the bit rate. It was crapping out when I was streaming before, but I have like virtually nothing else on the network, so there's no reason it shouldn't sustain this upload speed. Are you recording the episode? I can't record it because Premiere is stupid and doesn't let NVENC record while it's going anymore. I've been working to fix this issue literally all year, but it will be DVR'd on YouTube, and the stream will go live as soon as YouTube finishes processing it on YouTube after the stream is over. Be sure you share out the stream or hit the like button or consider one of our donation options through the sponsorship, super chat, stream label, or Streamlabs tips, all that jazz. If you want to keep this going, got to keep me motivated and vroom.
File, edit, view, tools,
Oh, and you're still on the wrong monitor. Lol. There we go. Oh.
menus, but also provide profile and scene.
Hello, stream. We are at 0.34 frames per second. That's interesting. What the hell? All right, there we go. We're back. We back. All right, I'm going to lower my bitrate just a tiny bit because this is plummeting out of nowhere and then doing fine for like 90% of the time. So we're going to do 89.50. YouTube can take that. There we go. Lower that a little bit there. All right, let's keep this train moving. And we will switch to proxies. It'll be a little blurry here. That shouldn't be too bad.
Scene collection menus, which are super important if you use OBS for multiple different scenarios, such as recording, streaming, and podcasting. So we will be covering these in depth in a dedicated video in the course.
No problem. Thank you for watching, John Gunn. Thank you so much.
The bottom bar features your recording and streaming.
I can't
timers.
render in to out. That'll take like an hour, and then it'll change as soon as I make any edits. That's not helpful. All right, where are we at here?
So we will be covering these in depth in a dedicated video.
We will cut that out, move it over, add a transition,
In the course. The bottom bar features your.
and we'll drag this back over, just pop it back over. Bottom bar, so we'll go ahead and move it up. Actually, we'll delete keyframes here. We're talking about the bottom bar. This will be forever to move up. Actually, I can do it this way, the lazy way. Actually, turn off proxy. All right, bottom bar is over here. Yeah. We can make that a little bigger, actually. Haha. How much bitrate would be best for streaming if most viewers have a 10 megabit connection on average? I mean, whatever you want to stream at. If I'm still laggy, it's not on my end. It's holding up on my end fine, so you should probably lower your quality. I don't know.
The bottom bar features your recording and streaming timers, a current frame rate indicator, and a CPU usage indicator. This is super useful for checking your stream bandwidth health, recording.
It is on my end. That's interesting. Huh. I did say there were going to be performance issues. Okay. We'll kick it up to super fast. Lower the bitrate a tiny bit more. And raise process priority. Oh, it's already at high. Okay.
The bottom bar features your recording and streaming timers, a current frame rate indicator, and a CPU usage indicator. This is super useful for checking your stream bandwidth health.
Two megabits per second is going to suck for streaming, but you can make it happen. Just got to make sure not a whole lot else is going on your network. All right, so it's just going to get my face cam is just going to freeze basically whenever video playback's going. I don't think there's a whole lot I can do about that. It is conforming a file right now. I don't know why, since it was already conformed before I saved the project last, but once it's generally I recommend if you have viewers complain, then I recommend doing like 2500 bitrate. I can't stream on NVENC because I'm using Premiere Pro. With Premiere open, NVENC just doesn't work. Been fighting that issue all year. OBS team doesn't know what's up. The Adobe team hasn't gotten back to me.
The bottom bar features your recording and streaming timers, a current frame rate indicator, and a CPU usage indicator. This is super useful for checking your stream bandwidth health, recording time, and overall system performance. If your CPU load is high, you may need to lower your settings. Typically, the stream preview only has a single video window, which just...
Yeah, I keep having to flick proxies on and off because... Here, watch. See, this is with proxies on with the desktop footage. With proxies off. Because my desktop footage is at 4096 by 2160, and then all of my... You can't customize like proxies on a per file basis, so all of my proxies are rendered at 1280 by 720, which jacks up the aspect ratio. So when I'm actually scaling the desktop footage, I can't use proxies. Stupid.
The stream preview only has a single video window, which just shows your active stream.
Actually, I wrote down... I didn't save that preset yet. Damn it. All right. All right, let me drag this over here. So since it is 4096 by 2160, you see we have some black bars here. And so, let me... There we go. Yeah. So you're going to see some black bars here, but what I've done is I have moved the footage up. So 1925, 939, and then 94%. Whoa, I'm missing footage out of that file. What in the world? All right, well, then I have a black bar that, or not black bar, but yeah, there it is. What? Looks fine there. Oh, I bet the image just didn't stretch out. All right, I can fix that. So I have this little bar at the bottom. That's just kind of like an indicator of where you are in the course for when footage isn't set right. That's not the right positioning for that either. Oh, it's because I have proxies on. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so I just got to fix my After Effects file here, which is no problem. Open recent, bottom bar. I don't care about the scaling issues. It's just that it's literally a different aspect ratio, so it's going to bake in black bars and things like that. You deleted a section of you. No, it's from this. See if I... Yeah, see if I drag it out here, I'm missing the background layer because it was just an image file, so it didn't stretch out for the entire duration. Yeah, this is only 20 seconds long. So if I customize that to be... I just put in like 999999. So if I do that, and then zoom back out, select our layers here, select our... Hello? Select the layers here, I said. All right, save that, and we should be back in business once it catches up. Actually, I can check back. OBS course bottom bar. Bloop. Oh, now we have to stretch that out. There we go. There we go. All right, save that. Go back to our previous project here for our motion blur. When you think of school, we'll just use your videos instead of teaching students. We did that for my video editing. I was the video editor for my college paper, and I used a couple. I actually made a couple tutorials specifically to help people in that class. So that was kind of cool. All right, this still is not. There we go. All right, yeah. So I've got this little bottom bar here for when we zoom out, since the aspect ratio leaves a little bit of space here. If you're just starting to learn about editing, I recommend using something like, I don't even know, Premiere Elements. Premiere Elements is much easier to learn than Premiere Pro. There's Vegas Movie Studio they have. There's Hit Film. There's a lot of easier ones other than the starting with the Pro options.
Preview only has a single video window.
Add a transition back there. Bloopity bloopity. Gotta love. Oh, transit. There we go. When they work, gotta love my one button transitions in Premiere. I've literally never touched Essential Graphics. I cannot find a proper use for it. I prefer the new typing panel when it works, but it never works. Like, it completely crashes Premiere's UI when I try to add text with the new text tool, but I've literally never touched, or I've never seriously used Essential Graphics. I don't understand a use for it. Even when I was making new lower thirds, like trying to make that a motion graphics template made no sense compared to just importing the After Effects file. Especially since I can still edit the text from the After Effects file.
Just shows your active stream view.
Sony Vegas is honestly not a good place to start. That's whatever. Well, it's not Sony Vegas anymore. It's Magix now. But Vegas Pro is not a good place to start. Their earlier versions, their newbier versions, the movie studio and stuff are good places to start. But Vegas Pro is far too easy to screw up, like simple edits, like not disabling resample, screwing up your project settings, things like that. I don't consider it to be a good starting place whatsoever.
However, if you click the Studio Mode button on the right, you then have two previews with transition controls between them.
Why is that the menu my footage is on? All right, I gotta... Oh. Wait, did I click on Studio? When did I click on Studio Mode? What in the world? Oh, I must have clicked on it while we were over here. All right, so I will copy this over. Track 3. Just move that out of the way. Put that back there. Reset the position. I still didn't save that motion or that positioning as a preset. DCI 4K OBS course north. I don't know. Then I'll need to set up a hotkey for that at some point. All right, ploop.
Active stream view.
All right, which transition did I use here? Linear wipe. Bottom left, I think. Actually, I can just see it here. Maybe it was top right. Apply the freaking transit. Premiere's UI is so... Drag it. Oh, it's because I scrolled down. Never mind. That one was my fault. There we go. All right, that should... Nope, that's the opposite. All right, so I was right the first time. Aha. All right. Play?
This just shows your active stream view. However, if you click the Studio Mode button on the right, you then have...
All right, and then I need to delete that transition because I'm going to Premiere or After Effects, and that's this. All right, scale that in. Here. Zoom in 5,000,000%. Studio Mode button on the right. or After Effects nest that bad boy. Add a little bit of motion blur, save it. Come back, add that transition back. And then we will enable proxies and transition between these two. Cool. Still gonna get it. That has everything I want and need. Just takes time and patience. Maybe something smaller to start. I mean, all right, here's the thing, and I've said this a few times. Like, first of all, don't pirate video editing software. You sacrifice every ounce of copyright that you have for any work you ever make with it. It can get you into trouble, and it's just not cool. There's a huge market of free, open source, or cheap video editing software that's much better suited to you. If you use professional level stuff, you're way more likely to make mistakes until you're at that level. And if you're not committed to doing video forever, there's not a whole lot of point. There are so many cheap, free, open source alternatives for video editing software that will serve you so much better and be so much easier to use. And that is important. You know, a lot of people hear someone say like, oh, you want something that's easier to use. And that implies that, or you think that implies that they're saying you can't learn the software. You can learn the high-end software. You can do it. But when it comes to where it's wisest to spend your time and energy, makes way more sense to just use something, especially for just like basic gaming videos, to just use something that's easy to use and you can just go with, than to spend forever learning complex software that you're not going to use even 1% of the features on. Just my 2 cents. There we go. DaVinci Resolve is free. I mean, it's professional in the sense that there is, like, it's used professionally, but the free version isn't used professionally. It's just kind of given out there as a kind of gimped version, but it's free and great to use.
Over on the left is whichever scene you select. This is handy for editing scenes on the fly or prepping scenes before you switch. I'll cover this more in depth in a future video. You can use the controls in the menu to set up transition options or transition between your scenes. The Scenes and Sources section is for changing what viewers actually see. Sources are your individual on-stream elements, such as a video source like a capture card or a webcam, a still image overlay, browser sources for stream.
Okay, that's not what I'm looking at anymore. Alternatives for video software: Kdenlive, OpenShot, DaVinci Resolve Lite. There's an entire sticky. Actually, if I pull it up here, there is a subreddit, video editing /r/video editing. They always have a sticky thread for free tools and things like that. What software to use? Here we go. DaVinci Resolve has a free version if you have a good video card. HitFilm Express, there's usually a free, they release the previous version, like whenever they release a new version of HitFilm, they release the previous version for free, and it's already cheap. Lightworks is free, but limited to 720p if you do that. Avid Media Composer First. Avid is what is used in Hollywood and on movies and stuff, and they have released a free version. Cheap ones, Adobe Premiere Elements, Cyberlink Power Director is actually pretty good. Camtasia Studio is a good cheap one. There's Vegas Movie Studio, which is basically Vegas Pro for everything that you're going to use. Like, lots of good stuff. Here, I will just link this in the chat. There we go. All right, so I need to start moving this footage, which means my stream's about to get laggy because I got to disable proxies here.
Controls in the menu to set up transition options or transition between your scenes. The Scenes and Sources.
Yeah, so we just want to pop in right here, which means I got to disable that transition there. That's going to suck because I can't get that back. All right, that's fine. Actually, if I make a marker in the footage, then drag this back out and give it some headroom, we can see where I need to cut it. Go back to the marker, We can make this work. This is where I keyframe. We'll zoom in on seeds and sources right here. Bam. All right. Turn proxy back on for a sec.
Viewers actually see. Sources are your individual on-stream elements, such as a video source like a capture card or a webcam, a still image overlay, browser sources for stream alerts, and so on. Scenes are groupings of different sources for different points of your stream. For example, you can set up a scene of a full-screen webcam view of when you're just talking to your audience, like I am right now, a scene for gameplay footage and face cam in the corner, a scene with just gameplay, a still image scene with an image saying BRB.
I guess I could. Do I show examples of these scenes here, or do I just. Because that's a long wait on just this. Like, by now you get the point. Yeah, so I should zoom out about here. And then I need to start nesting my desktop footage so I can just apply the preset as a default. Because if I reset here, it's going to go back to this. I don't want that. So I'm going to have to start nesting them. 1925, 939, 94%.
A still image overlay.
Oh, did I keyframe before I did that? Balls. Damn it. Yeah, nope. Rip. Go back.
A still image overlay.
1925, 939, 94%. There we go.
Browser sources for stream alerts, and so on. Scenes are groupings of different sources for different.
I don't know what I'm doing in this footage. All right, so instead of zooming, we're just going to cut here. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in After Effects, motion blur it up, save it. Chop off that front end a bit, transition.
Controls in the menu to set up transition options or transition between your scenes. The Scenes and Sources section is for changing what viewers actually see. Sources are your individual on-stream elements.
All right, and then I can delete keyframes again, and I can just go ahead and nest this. So if I... Oh, no, I don't want to render video previews. Nope, stop that. If I reset defaults here, I can nest this. O2 desktop and apply that preset, that motion preset to that file. There we go. And then edit based on this. That'll work a lot better because then I can treat it as 100%. What's up, Alt? Why do you use Premiere, not Vegas? When I was using Vegas, Vegas did nothing but crash all the time. And frankly, the whole nested sequence-based editing in Premiere Pro just makes a whole lot more sense for my style of editing. Single timeline, and Vegas's like cutting tool is, or trimming tool for the source monitor is terrible. Just not a fan of Vegas at all. That's what I started with, but, well, not what I started with. I started with Windows Movie Maker, but what I started really doing YouTube with. All right, why did I not switch to like a full profile view here? There we go. All right, we're gonna switch to this.
Individual on-stream.
Actually, we can go ahead and just cover that up entirely.
Individual on-stream elements,
If we turn that off, is that lined up? Yes, perfect.
Such as a video source like a capture card or a webcam, a still image overlay, browser sources for stream alerts, and so on. Scenes are groupings of different sources for different points of your...
Yeah, this is working. Cool.
stream.
I am motivating you. Get motivated. Well, thank you, Sand Bands. I see what your name did there. I feel more motivated now. Thank you.
For example, you can set up a scene of a full screen webcam view of when you're just talking to your audience, like I am right now.
I'm not talking about the mixer yet. All right, let me make a mark here. Is that what I move on to? Yep, the audio mixer. Bollocks. All right. So I will just transition off of this and save that for when we talk about the mixer, I guess. Can't really record footage on the fly, especially since I can't record while editing without flipping on my Atomos here. Atomos, whatever, however you say it.
I am right now.
Oh, gotta transition the bottom bar too.
A scene for gameplay footage and face cam in the corner, a scene with just gameplay, a still image scene with an image saying BRB when you need to run to the back corner, a scene with just gameplay footage and face cam.
All right, I can use, I actually had a Twitch copy here that I can use. Where's my Twitch folder? Over here. Actually, all of that needs to go into the O2 folder up here. All right. Twitch clips. I'm watching in 144p Pro. Oh. Twitch clips and streams. I can use this footage here. Just drag it over top, I guess. Unlink. Delete the audio. Get a chunk of that. We can bring in my BRB video. Did I already do that? No, I can bring that in. Where's that at? Video Twitch. Status slides, is it in here? Yes. We can drag in the project folder. Selected sequences, create new folder. And we'll do starting soon. Actually, we'll bring them all in. So Twitch slides. So the cool thing, on top of the fact that you can nest individual sequences within Premiere in the first place. Oh, it's rendering media encoder to render proxies. No! No! Damn it. All right, so on top of, here, let me do this. All right, this is about to get freaky because it's about to start trying to render proxies here. Apologies in advance. Sir Crest is helping me knock off a couple processes here so I can, or a couple cores off my Premiere processes so I can try to improve performance here. Oh, it just rendered. Wow, it just rendered. All right, so I realized, full disclosure, I am sponsored by Intel and yada yada. But I'm using an i7 6900K. It just rendered the proxy file in Adobe Media Encoder right in front of you while I was streaming. And according to my view, my stream did not drop a frame the entire time that was rendering. That is insane. Holy balls. I was freaking out thinking that was about to crash my stream. That just rendered that without like any noticeable performance impact. Now, granted, for higher tier stuff, that will be more of a problem, but that was cool. And it's about to have to render another one because I'm bringing this in a couple times. That was awesome. All right, so that affinity, sweet. All right. Anyway, what I was going to say, I got totally derailed. I did say I have not slept hardly at all, so be prepared for that issue. Absolutely be prepared for my brain to get totally spazzed. As I was saying, not only can you nest individual sequence in a big Premiere project, but then you can bring in sequences from other Premiere projects and bring those in, as well as After Effects files, Photoshop files, and so on. So I created an entire Premiere project here for my little stream. Here, I'll show you, like these. For my stream is over, stream is right back, for those kinds of things. And I just created them in Premiere Pro, and now I can just import them straight from that source Premiere Pro project without having to worry about anything. Pretty freaking cool. If it will ever import this last one here. Hello, Dynamic Link Server. You do want to work. Or not. Actually, we may not even need that, so we'll just go with this for now. Get a bin on the side here. All right. So, what was I saying in the footage?
A scene for gameplay footage and face...
Yeah, we will just... How awkward is that going to be to... cut between?
I am right now. A scene for gameplay footage and face cam...
Yeah, that'll work. All right, question is, if I turn off proxies, is the size still the same? Yes. Okay.
I'm in the corner. A scene with just gameplay.
All right, I can cut to that too. I did have some Overwatch footage here somewhere. Actually, it's in my ad spot bin here. I believe I imported. Yeah, here we go. We got some Overwatch footage. Hello, BuzzGo. Welcome to the stream. I don't really care what happens here. I just need some footage, so I will just ploop. And it's 4K footage, so it looks quite nice here. Flash that on.
Just gameplay. A still image scene with an image saying...
All right, now we bring in the BRB slide here. Actually, I can just do this right here. Did the stream freeze, or are you just saying that as a joke? It didn't look like it froze on my screen. I hope everything looks okay since I've migrated the bit, or lowered the bitrate. See you later, Fabio. No problem, buddy. I will promote Sir Crest to moderator. There you go. Have fun.
BRB,
not that you're going to stay around, but that's okay. You don't need to.
To run to the bathroom, and so on. You will be using this...
And then where is the actual sequence for the starting soon slide? There we go. We'll drag that on. Again, unlink. Delete that. We can just... Actually, where is my... Yeah, we don't want to do that. There we go. Set the frame size, and we will transition between those two. See y'all. What's up, Dennis? Oh, well, that's not a performance thing. That's just dynamic link being stupid. That's not a process thing. Don't say... Y'all killing me with this rip stream stuff.
Using this a ton, so it's worth testing out all of the options here. The audio mixer...
I'm going to trim that. All right, now we start talking about the audio mixer, so we can go back to this footage that I originally didn't want. Add another impact wipe. Wham bam.
Mixer is super important too. This is where you balance your different audio.
Actually, we're going to start zoomed in here. Yeah. Turn proxy back on. Don't have a Stream Deck, but I almost feel it's the proper half or other half of a proper OBS setup. I have to agree. I genuinely have to agree.
Is super important too. This is where you balance your different audio sources, such as your microphone, game sound, extra inputs, and so on. The audio levels are typically green, but if you hit 0 dB and clip or peak, they turn red. You never want this to happen and need to avoid it.
I know I made it turn red, or I know I made it peak here. Peak. Nope. All right, whatever. That's fine.
They turn red.
What's up, Silver Shadow?
Want this to happen and need to avoid it by having things around the minus 10 dB or so range.
There's a new Stream Deck update this morning. Damn. I submitted a bug report actually last night. Actually, I can show you here. Just so I have on-stream proof. So here is the Stream Deck view. But if I go to move it to another monitor, let's see if I can finagle this. If I drag it onto the other monitor, it jumps to the other side. And I think it has to do with Windows scaling. But then it completely stays desynced to the cursor until I grab it again. And then if I bring it back over to the right or to the left one. Oh, now it's just telling. Oh my God. And it's also on my far left monitor over here. Oh my God. Seizure warning. Oh, now it's up above my monitor. I can't grab it anymore. Oh shit. All right, I'm just going to close it for now. Yeah, so I submitted in the Elgato Discord that bug because that was disastrous. And then I really want them to put in the ability to just rotate all your icons. So when I move my Stream Deck around, I can move it around. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Windows scaling related, but I've never had another app do that. So that was terrifying.
Range. This isn't really indicated properly on screen, but aim for your levels to only hit here at the highest point. The highest.
Okay, I need to like indicate where here is. Man, it's so tedious getting all this stuff when I wasn't recording at the same time.
Such as your microphone, game sound, extra inputs, and so on.
Actually, I can just add an arrow. What am I freaking out about? What's up, DVZN? How you doing, buddy? 4K. Make a new project here. Actually, we will save a screenshot out of this. Active projects, OBS course, O2 UI. There we go. I don't know. It's the only app that does that. So I don't know. Is it possible to buy previous versions of Vegas Pro? Probably not because it's literally, oh, there's a cursor in that screenshot. Dang it. Probably not because it's literally owned and ran by another company now. So you probably can't buy the older versions anymore because Sony themselves don't sell it anymore. You might be able to, but I don't know. It's not something I've looked at. All right, let's just generate an arrow. And of course, I can't see the custom shape tool because LOL 200% scaling in Photoshop and Adobe won't give us a 150% option. And this toolbar is freaking terrible. All right, I will just get a Google Images arrow because I'm lazy. See you later, Akashiel. I hope I said that right. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Arrow, PNG. This is called lazy video production right here. I can use that one. Is that transparent background? Doesn't look like it. Why the hell is it a PNG then? No, it's just not going to load at all. Cool. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. And of course, you can't copy PNGs into Photoshop anymore because why let you do that? I don't know why they changed that. All right. Actually, I saved it in here, right? No, I saved it in cutouts and renders. I have so many folders for resources and stuff. There we go. So I'm just going to say here. Totally arbitrary, not my original intention. I can go back and fix it later. I'm trying to just do like a one pass and then go back and polish later. So I'll say here. Go back up, active, OBS 02, audio levels here. Make what double wide? Oh, the toolbar? Can I? I don't think it'll let me. Yeah, like I don't have any resize option for it. Oh, hey! You're a genius! Thank you. Solving my problems. I'm used to just being able to resize panels and stuff, so. Alright, I'm gonna have to close something. I can't pull up my... There we go. Oh, my bin changed. There we go. See you later, Akashiel. Glad I said it right. Alright, audio levels here. Oh, that's not lined up because LOL proxies.
And clip or peak, they turn red. You never want this to happen and need to avoid it by having things around the minus 10 dB or so range. This isn't really...
Wait, where do I say that at?
Audio sources, such as your microphone, game sound, extra inputs, and so on. The audio levels are typically green, but if you hit 0 dB and clip or peak, they turn red. You never want this to happen and need to avoid it by having things around the minus 10 dB or so range. This isn't really indicated properly on screen, but aim for your levels to only hit here at the highest point, the highest point.
Oh, it stopped. It won't let me stop. Oh my god. Premiere.
And then you can balance
Premiere.
editing. By clicking the gear icon next
Premiere,
to
no.
in the mixer and hitting advanced audio properties or going to edit advanced audio properties, you can change which channel is assigned to each audio source and where each one goes. Most people miss this, and by default, all sources go to all tracks. If you don't separate out your tracks, all of your different tracks will sound the same. They will have the same devices, all of them mixed together. Again, all of this will be covered in its own video, so don't get too wrapped up now. Just know this is where you go. Check out the settings menu.
There we go.
Hit here.
There we go. Sometimes when I'm playing 2x speed with some heavy codecs, it just freaks out. And well, I mean, it doesn't even freak out. It just won't let me stop playing. It just becomes unresponsive and keeps playing.
Hit here.
Can I do something fancy with that? Is there... Screw it. I'll just do a VHS transition. I don't care.
Hit here at the highest point. The highest point. The most commonly overlooked part of the mixer is the channel assignments. You see, OBS Studio allows you to record multiple audio tracks to a file, and then you can balance.
Ludicrous speed! Is there a plugin for Premiere Pro that can delete silence like in Audacity? Not a clue. Not something I need, so not something I've looked into. Sorry.
In editing. By clicking the gear icon next to each audio source in the mixer and hitting...
Alright, so I didn't record that at all. What? What did I do here? See, what I thought I did was I went along and recorded desktop footage as I went through the scripts. That way I had all the actions that I talked about in this video. Oh, you know what probably happened? It's probably here. And I'm zoomed in. So I'm going to copy this out again. We're going to reset the motion on it. There we go. Let's see if we find an audio mixer pickup. Yep, there we go. All right, we're going to have to do some motion tracking on this one. Still doesn't explain the other, like, 3 minutes of video here.
Advanced audio properties, or going to edit advanced audio properties, you can
There's a dog barking outside. I apologize if you can hear it. It's like 50 degrees outside, so I keep things open so it stays nice and cool in here. There we go.
advanced audio properties, or going.
Yeah, anytime I disable my proxies, it's going to start dropping frames. Nothing I can do about it. I improved it a little bit, but if I disable proxies, it's freaking out.
Going to edit advanced audio properties, you can change which channel is assigned to each audio source and where each one goes. Most people miss this, and by default, all sources go to all tracks. If you don't separate
Alright, and then we'll After Effects nest that. I still don't know where the rest of that footage went.
your tracks, all of your different tracks will sound the same. They will have the same devices, all of them mixed together. Again, all of this will be covered in its own video, so don't get too wrapped up now. Just know this is where you go to find these settings. Check out the settings menu. Click.
Did I really not record the set? Where is my footage? We'll try working with this, I guess.
Check out the settings menu. Click Settings in the lower right.
That's not the right
The
footage.
General tab includes system-wide
It's not letting me
and
pause
user
now.
interface settings. This includes a dark theme, a more colorful dark theme,
Premiere!
an option to automatically start recording when you hit Start Streaming, setting up projectors to have a full-screen stream view on a secondary monitor, and so on. The Stream tab is for choosing your streaming service and adding your login info. The Output tab is for configuring your streaming and recording settings. Here you can adjust your codecs, bit rates, and scaled resolutions for your audio, streams, and recordings. By default, this shows a simple mode, but most of this course will involve the advanced.
I know I recorded this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to cut this from, like, multiple other videos. This is why I've been putting this off, by the way, is everything's so scattered. All right. Settings. All right, I feel like this is what I need. So I'm just gonna, whoa, nope. I'm gonna start it there, I guess. I don't. Premiere in 2017. Shut up. What's up, Lord Nigel at SMK? I didn't see you. What's up? Thank you for spending some of your college time with me. There we go.
Check out the Settings menu. Click Settings in the lower right. The General tab includes system-wide and user interface settings. This includes a dark theme, a more colorful dark theme.
Where is this footage? Where are my dragons? Maybe it's in here, and it was like at the start, and I ignored it. It is. I'm a freaking idiot. It's right here. Lol. There we go.
Right. The General tab includes system-wide and user interface settings.
Why did I move the window? I just want to accurately track this shit. Oh, I said a cuss word. I'm gonna get demonetized now. I ordered a shirt from Legundo. It says, I'm not advertiser friendly. It has the little yellow logo. I'm gonna start wearing that in videos. I'm excited. Really old version of Premiere Pro, or Vegas Pro. Nice.
Check out the Settings menu. Click
All right.
Settings in the lower right. The General tab includes system-wide and user interface settings. This includes a dark theme, a more colorful dark theme called Ratchny, an option to automatically start recording when you hit Start Streaming, setting up projectors to have a full screen stream view on a secondary to automatically start recording.
Do you use LUTs for all of your vids? I don't use LUTs for anything. I don't understand the internet's current obsession with LUTs. It makes zero sense, especially when it comes in the form of tutorials on how to color grade. It's like, hey guys, welcome to a new Premiere Pro tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to color grade your footage so that you can learn how. But since you're going to ignore this video and not learn how, here's some pre-downloadable Instagram filters you can use so your videos can look like mine. It's basically how all those videos are. I don't use LUTs at all. Like they offer nothing for me.
Recording when you hit Start Streaming, setting up projectors to have a full screen stream view on a secondary monitor, and so on.
When you're trying to conform a camera to a specific color profile from like log or something, LUTs are a good way to go. Otherwise, applying a preset arbitrary like color and contrast profile to your footage doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
The Stream tab is for choosing your streaming service and adding your login info. output tab is for
Wait, I need to basically speed that up. So let me After Effects it real quick. Actually, I don't even know if that's the right. Damn it. Hold on. All right, I guess once I After Effects it doesn't pay attention to proxies anymore. Okay. Oh, I didn't save it yet. No, yeah, it just ignores it. Okay. And then I need to make that a little faster. So I'm just going to speed it up.
and so on. The Stream tab is for choosing your streaming service and adding your login info. The for choosing your streaming service and adding your login info. The Output tab is for configuring your streaming and recording settings. Here you can adjust your codecs, by default.
Let's see if this works. So you individually color each clip. Yeah. I just use adjustment layers and manually. Yeah, no, I'll pop into A-Roll here. So I add, like for all these, I have an adjustment layer added. So I will just apply Lumetri to one adjustment layer and then copy the properties to all of the other A-Roll clips and then just go through and adjust to tweak a little bit because they are shot over the course of a few different days. And so I'll just go and adjust based on, you know, how the lighting differs a little bit and stuff. But, and then on my B-roll clips, I usually, any clips shot in the same light, I will just kind of copy paste the settings and tweak as needed. And otherwise, I just go through and manually change. It doesn't take all that long. It's not like I apply a lot of color grading either, anyway. Like the G7 looks amazing out of the box, especially with the natural color profile tweaked a little bit. All I have to do is basically bump contrast, which I only keep down in camera specifically just because I want more dynamic range out of it.
Your streaming service and adding your login info. The Output tab is for configuring your streaming and recording settings.
What's up, Horse Taco?
Here you can adjust your codecs, bit rates, and scaled resolutions for your audio, streams, and recordings. By default, this shows a simple mode, but most of this course will involve the advanced mode, selected by the top drop-down menu. The simple mode just isn't super useful for most people. The Audio tab is for
Newt, I'm a taco. What's up, zombie? What's up, everybody?
for most people. The Audio tab is for
Wait, is that? Yeah. Okay.
for setting up your audio devices, such as microphones, headphones, and so on, as well as enabling push-to-talk keys. The Video tab is for setting up your resolution tab is for setting up your resolution, frame rate, and scaling.
All right, this one will need to keyframe. Bada bing, bada bing.
It's for setting up your resolution.
Because that's super tiny.
Resolution, frame rate, and scaling settings on a global level. The dimensions of your video, basically. The Hotkeys tab allows
Delete those keyframes so I can start over on that one, and I will copy paste the motion onto this clip so I can get it back centered like it was. Yep. Nest this for that motion blur. Well, thanks for stopping by, Zombie. Have a good time at your classes. Do well in school, kids. After Effects. There we go. Nope, that didn't move over. Hotkey. Hotkey effects. There we go. Motion blur. I wish I could apply this as like a preset in Premiere. Like there are things you can do to kind of get the same motion blur applied in Premiere, but it's way more complicated than just doing this. I just wish there was a quicker way to do it. Oh yeah, and then I need to find the video or the hotkey tab. There we go. Haha! We have great success.
The Hotkeys tab allows you to set up handy hotkeys for quickly switching scenes, sources, and starting or stopping recording or streaming. The Advanced tab can
Hope everyone had a great weekend. Mine was pretty good. Got a lot of cleaning and housework done.
or streaming. The Advanced
Got prepped so I can shoot my Windows XP computer build I'm working on very soon for the channel. Super excited for that. Opened up some Yu-Gi-Oh cards for that channel.
tab contains a few fun high-level settings to configure
No worries if you can't make it, Zombie. No big deal at all.
your stream. These can be useful for changing processor priority to reduce impact on your processor, set up faster streaming, stream delays, and so on. If you don't like where things are on the main menu, change it.
All right, and we will motion track this as well.
As of version 20.
Oh, this isn't nested. Heck. Heck.
Menu, change it. As of version version 20.
Version 20.0.0.1.1.0.12.57 said hut.
.0, OBS Studio allows you to move the UI modules around by going to View, Docs, and then unchecking Lock UI. Then you can drag the modules around as desired.
There we go. I will convert to Adobe when I get big. That's a realistic way to go about it. Do you watch videos in QuickTime? Went to work Friday, Saturday, rearranged my room, did house cleaning on Sunday, so not so great. That's okay. Movie Maker doesn't exist anymore. They don't offer Movie Maker for you to download or anything, so The YouTube editor was handy if you needed to do something last minute. I'm kind of sad they got rid of it. I never got around to making like a formal video on it.
Cover this more in depth in my OBS Studio Update 20 walkthrough video. Linked in the video description and in the course playlist. That was a lot. There's a lot of settings.
All right, see here, I do want to actually make a note here. So I'm going to play this clip back and then I'm going to explain something, okay?
By going to View, Docs, and then unchecking Lock UI. Then you can drag the modules around as desired. I cover this more in depth in my OBS Studio Update 20 walkthrough video, linked in the video description and in the course playlist.
Okay, see, for the individual, all right, so I mentioned before that the OBS course will be multiple episodes long, but also one giant master class. The difference between the multiple episodes and the master class will be in moments like that where I say you can check out the other video, blah, blah, blah. Here, I will actually insert the important information from that video into the bigger course video. So that way you don't have to bounce around so much. So in the big 8 or 9 hour master class, you'll have that information already given to you. Whereas with the individual videos, since I got to keep them shorter and keep people moving between videos, I will reference other videos. In the formal class, I will just have all of that information there. So talking about going back for years of video, because I talk about why you should use secondary hard drives, why you should do this, that, or the other. All of that information will just be interjected in there instead of having to send you from different videos and back and forth. So that will be one of the big discerning factors between the master course and the individual episode videos. What's up, Dino Biscuits and Dr. Dunk? How's it going?
That was a lot. There's a lot of settings in OBS Studio, and the wonderful
I want to apply some transitions here. I'll disable that for now. Another transition, and then I want to punch this in because I may not have B-roll to cover the next cut. So we will punch that in a bit and reframe it.
always adding more.
What's up, Ashley Jackson 123? Thank you for stopping by the stream.
But by learning the sections of settings well, you'll always be able to make adjustments or fixes to your stream config and get it working for you. In future OBS courses,
All right, and then we will cut away the dead space there.
for you. In future OBS course videos, we tackle each
There we
of
go.
these individual settings and recording scenarios in very detailed guides. Check out the playlist linked in the video description and the card icon to keep learning. That's it for this OBS tutorial.
All right, and then I got to make a note here. I don't actually have this footage prepared. Saw me on the Intel commercial? Thank you, dude. Yeah, that's pretty freaking crazy. I'm stoked about that. I've had a couple people mention that they've seen me on Twitch ads, which is just kind of crazy and bonkers, and what a world I'm in. Hello, Spooky Ghosts and Ghouls. What's up, Gothic Tech? All right, so here, since I have a cut here and I reference the playlist, I'm going to make a note that I need another shot of a playlist of these videos at 0715. Playlist, because I need to cover up that cut and I don't really have anything to do so with that right now.
And the card icon to keep learning. That's it for this OBS tutorial.
Yeah, so I don't have anything to cover that.
Hit the like button if you enjoyed and share it with a friend if they also want to learn the program. I'll see you next time.
All right, so that is the first episode ever edited of this course. Of course, it's not complete. Of course, it's not complete. One of my Intel laptop unboxing is running as Twitch ads. It's pretty cool. I can actually probably play the ad for you if you're interested for some reason. It's really short, actually. Hang on, I can pull it up here. Lol, one of my Elgato ad spots that I sent them to demo got flagged for not suitable for advertisers. What a joke, man. There's nothing inappropriate about it. It's me saying, hey, go buy a cam link. What? It didn't apply the request. There we go. All right, let me pull up. I can play the ad for you. It's nothing like too crazy. Yeah, here we go. This is what's playing on Twitch right now. Oh, it's muted. Hang on.
There ever Is there ever a loot box that actually feels like it was worth getting and opening? Well, the good people over at Intel wanted to show me that there is a loot box worth opening. Oh wow, this crate says EposVox, powered by Intel. I've never seen something like this before. Press me. Oh, it's lighting up. Oh, look at that. Inside here we have a laptop, the EVGA SC15. Wow, that is some presentation. 1080p Full HD IPS 120 Hertz G-Sync display. This is going to be a machine that is going to be a mobile editing rig for me. Haven't really had one that's up to video production on the kind of level that I do, but the specs in here: 16 gigs of RAM, NVMe PCIe SSD, GTX 1060, Intel Core i7 7700HQ. Gonna blaze through any footage I throw at it. Pretty decent sized trackpad up here, and my favorite style of chiclet keyboard. I can game on it, I can stream on it, and I'll be able to run my full video editing and production suite with solid performance. Like, this processor and the graphics card are not too far off from what's in my desktop right now. You're getting a ridiculous amount of performance in a laptop and some really cool tech inside, and I'm going to be using the heck out of this. I'm EposVox, here to make tech easier and more fun. I'll see you in the next one.
Do. Like, what? What's honestly kind of embarrassing is that's much better than the video that I made. Like, that's the advertisement that they're running, and that is significantly better than my, like, 20-minute unboxing that I published. That's the embarrassing part about that advertisement. All right, that was a nice little break there. All right, so I do actually want to change up my in card for this course. So I'm going to drag it on here. The audio is not... What? Oh. Here's that stupid bug I showed in a video. Right here. That has to be selected, and sometimes it just completely goes away or isn't selected, and then I can't drag in video. I can't figure out how to disable what the hell that is. I'm using Premiere Pro CC 2017. All right, so this is my in card. This is the usual one I run. Which audio track is that? 5. Gotta lower that in the mixer.
EposVox is a
Patreon-supported production. These videos would simply not be possible without the support and generosity
of our patrons, whom you can see on screen now. If you'd like to join the inner circle and get early access to videos, among other benefits, go to patreon.com/EposVox to learn more.
I feel like I want to change that up a little bit to support the specific course. So let me pull up Notepad here. What can we come up with? Thanks for watching this episode of my OBS Studio tutorial course. More videos like this and a full master class are linked in the playlist in the video description. Click to learn more. Also consider joining us on Patreon to help keep tech education free. Go to patreon.com/EposVox to sign up. Hopefully that's the same length, since I can't really adjust that. We'll give that a try. I'm not going to bother saving it right now. Where is Audition? There we go. Audition! We'll get recording this real quick. How's everyone doing today? Everyone having a good Monday, a good start to your week? Or maybe, depending on your time zone, Monday's already over? That would be pretty crazy. Also, if you don't mind hitting the like button and or sharing the stream out, it would help a ton. And if you tweet it and tag me in it, I can give you a retweet and we can help spread the word. All right, let us record this here. OBS course in card outro audio. That's way too long of a title. It does not matter. All right. Thanks for watching this episode of my OBS Studio tutorial course. More videos like this and a full master class are linked in the playlist in the video description. Click to learn more. Also, consider joining us on Patreon to help keep Damn it! Also, consider joining us on Patreon to help keep tech education free. Go to patreon.com/EposVox to sign up. There we go. Do a little snip here, bloop, and thanks for watching this episode of my OBS Studio tutorial course. More videos like this and a full master class are linked in the playlist in the video description. Click to learn more. Also, consider joining us on Patreon to help keep tech education free. Go to patreon.com/. Perfect. That's all we need. All right. OBS tutorial course, logo and graphics. I can just save that here. Perfect. That was easy. All right. What's up, Irish Marcus? Can you show us how you manage your files? Actually, yes, that would be pretty relevant here. What's up, Boss NL and Perk Designs? I still need to try Fortnite. Why is my phone blowing up? Automatic stuff always comes in at like 10 a.m. All right, let me drag in this audio and make this in card, and I will show you how I organize some files, because that is actually kind of relevant to what's going on here. All right, so we're going to nest this. OBS course outro. And actually, I need to organize my bins here real quick. So this goes in GFX. The rest of these go in my 2 folder. Whoa. Don't import. What? Hello, Premiere. It's frozen. Cool. Premiere. All right, tweeted it to you so we can pull up the Twitch or the Twitter machine. Oh, well, didn't include a link to the stream. That's okay. I can pull it up from Discord here. Thank you, Dino Biscuits. All right, there we go. Now Premiere's catching up. All right, these clips go in my O2 folder here. Oh, and Premiere crashed. Ah! Ah! All right, we're going to take a break for a minute, and I'm going to show you how I organize some files. Yeah, good thing you're not sponsored by Adobe. No kidding. Yeah. Okay. This camera that you're seeing right now is my Panasonic G7 with the Elgato green screen. And then I've got a webcam scene here with the Logitech Brio webcam. Both look pretty good IMO. All right, so files, real quick. Let's cover this. So I used to show screenshots of me having like 1 million drives in my PC and stuff. That is no longer the case. I have moved to mostly using network storage. And so I currently have a Synology DS916 NAS. Full disclosure, they sent it to me for free. They're working to sponsor me for a bigger deal, yada, yada. But it genuinely works pretty well. I called it Edit Bay here. Shared over the network. It is a 4-bay NAS, which has about 15 terabytes total at the moment available. It does have a little bit of redundancy, so there's about, I want to say, 20 terabytes of actual drives in there. And then I have a couple main folders I use here. Active projects, which is all the things that I'm still in progress editing, which currently, as you can see, takes up 6 terabytes, and 5 of that, or 5.5 of that, is my OBS series, so keep that in mind. So this is active projects, so it has a bunch of stuff where I've shot footage for, but maybe not finished. And as you can see here, if I go to OBS tutorial course, we'll pull up properties while we're looking at other stuff. I'll show you the full size. Yeah, the OBS course itself is 5.12 terabytes so far. So that's active projects, which are just all the videos that ideally I'm going to make, but I have not finished yet. Some of them will eventually have to be scrapped because I haven't gotten there. I have finished projects, which means projects that I've finished editing and published the video, but I have not sorted the final video yet. You know, I'm not figured out where to put the final files. I will explain why in a minute. Then I have long-term projects, which is mostly a holdover from 2016. Most of this footage is from 2016. I don't use this anymore, but there is still some footage in here that I haven't grabbed. Like I have videos that I haven't edited from January 2016 and stuff. It's pretty crazy. So active projects and finished projects is mainly what I use on here. And then I have video and graphics resources, which has all the resources I use. My thumbnails that I make for the videos, which I then sort by year and channel and then month. I have in cards, cutouts like little icons and graphics and stuff. I've got stock video footage. I've got light effects. I've got, memes, MLG green screen effects. All of that stuff goes in here. And then I have a separate NAS drive, which is my footage archive and my YouTube archive. But those are completely full at the moment. So that's why everything's going in finished projects for right now. So that's how I handle that. Let's pull up Premiere and see if I have to cry because it has undone some projects or progress. How do you move files from one drive to another? You just copy and paste. Terracopy moves them really, really fast. Sorry, I'm testing latency on my camera. All right, Premiere. Based Adobe, please save our project. Oh, Premiere. You do want to work. Baba Booey. Come on. There we go. Ah, man. They got me jacked up. All right, so we have undone the last chunk of our editing here. That sucks. All right. Yeah, that sucks. All right. So we're just going to have to finish this edit again. Well, yeah, this hasn't even been, like, After Effectsified.
Cover this more in depth in my OBS Studio Update 20 walkthrough video, linked in the video description and in the course playlist. That was a lot. There's a lot of settings in OBS Studio.
Thankfully, I remember most of what I did here. I have autosave activated. It goes every few minutes, but we did the last bit of that edit like too quickly for the autosave to kick in, I guess. And I just have a habit of hitting Control S after I do almost everything. But I'm sleepy and distracted talking and stuff like that. But autosave set to like save like 5-minute intervals, I think. There we go. But I remember pretty much everything I did here at the end. There wasn't a whole lot. Then I can put that back in After Effects. Save. Add the transition.
For you. In future OBS course videos, we tackle each of these individual settings
And then I make a marker for that playlist, and then we add the end card, and we're back in business. I'm going to go ahead and make a new sequence for the end card since I think... All right, see you later, SMK. Enjoy your class. I do not need a graphic designer, Ashley Jackson. End card. We'll drag end card on there and bring in our new audio. Oh, this is set to organize by name. Oh, that sucks. There we go. And it's perfect length. I don't actually get crashes all that often at all. This is one of the bigger projects I've worked on, so that's part of the issue, but I usually don't get crashes much at all. All right, let's see our new end card. And I saved there. Thanks for watching this episode of my OBS Studio tutorial course. More videos like this and a full master class are linked in the playlist in the video description. Click to learn more. Also, consider joining us on Patreon to help keep tech education free. Go to patreon.com/EposVox to sign up. Perfect. That goes to audio track 5. And cut off the end a little bit here. There we go. Actually, we should see.
And share it with a friend if they also want to learn the program. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching this episode of my OBS Studio Gotta lower that volume a little bit. Tutorial course. More videos like this and a full master. Perfect. All right. Okay. As I said before we had the crash, other than, you know, the couple things I gotta go back and do, of course, this is our first episode of the OBS course fully edited, or, you know, mostly edited.
Before we can jump into the crazy...
Oh, I made new lower thirds, too. I went through, I didn't like how my old ones were, so I made completely new glitched lower thirds.
Before we can jump into the crazy advanced
I
settings...
kind of like it. Actually, I do need to crop them. I'll do that later.
...of the software, you really need to take some time and get familiar with the UI, or user interface, of Open Broadcaster software. Anytime I say this, many just roll their eyes. They think they can just follow along with the tutorials without knowing the UI. And then they end up being lost, and they end up being the ones to post in the comments asking where I found this setting or that setting. The UI doesn't change drastically across updates, so even if the software does update, this guide will be pretty relevant in the future.
Any high-tier live production needs a variety of scenes to show and quick, precise switching between them. The Elgato Stream Deck gives you 15 keys with customizable LCD screens behind each one. They can execute macros, application launchers, and do scene switching and source muting for OBS, and you can nest folders for more actions and unlimited power. Grab yours today via the link in the video description.
I'm EposVox, here to make tech easier and more fun, and welcome back to my OBS Studio tutorial course.
Nope, that's not. There we go. All right. Looks like we're good. I am going to be right back. I need to run to the bathroom real quick. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will be back in like 1 minute tops. I will just BRB.
Out of starlight, the innocent lifetime flickers and flashes under a canvas. No, nobody seems worth it, while the feeling's sophisticated. The view is so restrained. The past is nearing closer and closer, I fear. So let's just cut the bullshit and tell me who's independent. Thumbs twiddling and your life's escaping your mind. Keep in mind, well, the air ain't as free as it used to be, but that's quite alright when you're still 18, it seems to be. And I'll tell you who's overrated. What's a beautiful person with some hideous dreams? Well, the lining isn't silver. We're verging on the side of the road that'll
read about your life in your local papers. Realize the end of us is getting near. You're just a droplet of paint trickled off your canvas. Delirious illusion flowing backwards through the river of color while we analyze to try to see it clearer. Secretly appealing to a lonely prisoner. Now what's your vision? Initiate your shading, blend the universe together in time. It only gets a little easier. Suddenly piece yourself back together now. What's your vision? Man, I don't wanna have to give a damn about you or your inhibitions. And after all, you're the one who taught me love was not for everybody. However, I'm starting to see this world in the right light, yet it still gets darker. You see, it's just a simple symphony or a painting, whatever. It's a natural path, spans infinitely.
I will be here in just a second.
But my world is crumbling. Let it collapse into the abyss. In the midst of summer it won't exist. This emptiness, it's just a blank slate, waiting for a painter to interfere. It's quite complex, but what I know.
What's up? How you doing? I'm back. Premiere is still conforming a file. Like every time I have to reload it, I have to conform the same like OBS recorded file or something every time, and it takes forever and it hurts performance. I don't know why it does that. But I'm back from outer space, sitting here with that. All right. See you later, T-Big. I already said that. Thank you for the kind words, Horse Taco. So this is the first episode, episode 2, because the first episode is an intro. We have finally edited it. It's done. It's complete. Well, not fully, but enough for today. So we're going to move on to episode 3. So where is the sequences for individual files? OBS Course 3, auto config. Oh, and that's a completely different source folder too. Oh, okay. This is another place where my, what song was that? I don't know. It's from the Monster Cat podcast. So it's a big hour-long thing, and I have no clue what song it was on because it doesn't tell me. Sorry. That's another thing with my footage is I changed the numbering. And so, like, we're on episode 3 auto config, but the footage folder for that is episode 20 because of my original numbering. So that will be fun. But this one I think was more straightforward in terms of the desktop footage because I actually did this one fairly decently. So we're going to drag in our new ad spot. I showed you the one for the Stream Deck. This will be the one for the cam link. Yeah, here we go. That will go here. And then we just need VHS transition. We'll use this one to go here. All right, and then Z. V. Doop, doop. A really... oh, okay. It's Monster Cat Podcast, episode 149, if that helps you a little bit. Horse Taco, episode 149. All right, one little handy trick with OBS here, or with OBS, with Premiere, is instead of like having to manually select all your clips like that or whatever, you can use this tool over here called Select Forward, which I have mapped to Z, and then just click one clip and it will select every clip following that. That way, if you need to maintain spacing like I do, you can easily grab them and move them around, which saves me a fair bit of time. I use it. I'm still getting used to the hotkeys that I have for it, but I actually use it quite frequently. Taylor Mucker, my mom was your English teacher. Oh, cool. Hey, what's up, Fritz Gaming? I just prefer my start menu on top. I don't know why. I always prefer it on top, or my taskbar. All right, so this is OBS Course episode 3 for the release episode. And let's drag on our new lower third, unlink the audio track. I don't know why it brings that in for After Effects files. And let's see what we have to work with. Well, hello there. Well, hello there. Spoopy. I don't know.
During the creation of this educational course, the OBS team released a big 19.0 update, and later a 20.0 update, adding in some great features.
All right, I'm going to add in change notes there, or the change log. I don't have a shot of that yet, so I'm just going to make a note here. I have a notebook. I make notes for this kind of auto config.
Of this educational course, the OBS team released a big
004 19 change log 20 change log
19.0 update, and later a 20.0.
Just making a note, so remember to bring in extra B-roll and graphics and the like. Lots of people popping in the Discord. Welcome to the Discord, fabulous people. Don't know what I'm saying. Welcome aboard.
Update.
How much do mics cost like that? This one is about... That's a good question. I want to say 500, but I think it's cheaper now. Actually, we'll make a new window. Amazon.com. EVRE20. Yep, 500 bucks. I got a few free from Electro Voice, so I certainly wouldn't have afforded this on my own, but frankly, after having used it, and that's not true. I spent 500 on a audio interface recently. But at the time when I got it, I wouldn't have afforded it on my own, but I would probably make the investment now. Because I just bought an audio recorder that was like 500 bucks. The Sound Devices Mix Pre 3. Well worth it, for sure. All right, I'm going to turn off notifications for all the people joining the welcome room, so I stop checking Discord. All right.
Great features and fixes.
Welcome, new people.
Software. One such feature is the new Auto Configuration Wizard, which allows you to easily get running with optimized stream settings. Put me out of a job. So if you...
All right, I want to pop in for that. Oh, did that? Yeah, that applied. Let's pop in a... No, that's enough. I just need to reframe it a bit.
They're trying to put me out of a job. So if you've been looking for here's the easy way to do it video from this course, you're in the right place.
Why Windows? Because I do a lot of PC gaming, I do a lot of educational videos involving Windows software, and I edit with the Adobe suite. The Elgato Cam Link takes your mirrorless DSLR, GoPro, or camcorder and turns it into a higher quality face cam than any webcam could ever provide, without the hassle
That
and
playback
headache
frame
of
rate, though.
normal USB webcam drivers or their terrible set. How do people get it to show like how many drop frames there are? I've never seen that setting. Window. I've never seen an option for that. Like I see other people say like, oh, dropped frames. I don't have anything like that. Huh. I actually want to find that out here. Let me, or maybe it's just not showing it because I'm not dropping frames in that kind of fashion. Oh, here we go. Show audio, show drop frame indicator. There we go.
Settings
Just for curiosity. Yep.
Get an uncompressed, low...
That's only a yellow dot, though. Time ruler numbers. Yes, please. Why have... This stuff used to be enabled. Oh, sweet. That's cool. I don't actually want that enabled. So that's dropped frame indicator, but where's like the number of them? You know what? Doesn't matter.
latency 1080p 60 signal.
How
from your
you
camera
doing?
Straight to your stream.
Tech stuff is so expensive. I don't exactly have like a linear time as far as how long did it take to gain my following. Like I've been on YouTube, so to speak, since like 2006, but doesn't mean I've been working full time on this in the same
With
manner.
this little device right here. Buy one via the link in the video description.
There
I'm
you go.
EposVox here to make tech easier
And more fun.
regardless of auto config stuff. We're back again with a new episode in
How
my
you
OBS
doing?
tutorial course. I've got plenty of episodes in the playlist in the description below. If you have any questions, I have answers, and I have an introductory video explaining the premise for this course and how it works and so on. To access OBS Studio's auto configuration wizard, click the tool.
All right, we will want to bring in the bottom bar composition here. Nope, that's not the right one. Dang it. Already lost this again. What's it called? Actually, I have it over here. OBS course bottom bar. OBS. Where the hell did I put it? It's not under GFX. Actually, can I reveal? Reveal in project. Oh, it got dragged into the... Oh, that makes sense. Copy. Okay. Paste. This is a new one. This one's going to be 03 bottom bar. And hopefully if I change this, it won't change the previous one. So let's drag this on real quick. And now I can go in and I can change the text. Or I was able to before. There we go. OBS Studio 103. Auto config. And we'll just delete the second layer of text. Yeah. All right, now if I go into OBS Course 102, still there. Perfect. I love this integration. What kind of camera do you use? This one is a Panasonic G7. Oh, y'all aren't seeing this. Whoops. This is a Panasonic G7. This is the Logitech Brio webcam. I sound like a small pig. Okay. That's something. Okay, anyway, I didn't get to show you that properly. Up here, I can actually change the text. on the After Effects file. Really cool. All right, so then we need to bring in our desktop footage. 17, 18, 19. So we'll just start here. Tools. All right. And then we will need to nest it again to apply our motion preset. 03 nest. Pull up our preset. Wham bam. Oh, no, that's not what I want. That is not what I want. I want to apply it to that. There we go. Yeah. All right. Actually, that won't matter anyway because we're about to zoom in. God dang it. All right, that's fine. We're going to start here.
Tools menu at the top and select it. Let's walk through the different scenarios provided.
Whee! Auto configuration wizard.
Recording, this tool is currently in beta and may receive updates over time, but the same general principles will still apply. First, you have the choice for optimizing for recording only or All
right, I'm actually gonna move this down. And we're gonna copy that. So Control Z. I need to After Effects that for the motion blur. And then we're actually going to copy a chunk of it over because I kind of moved too quickly when I was recording the desktop footage. You have to manually insert the keyframe every time you want to move the camera. Yes. Otherwise, it will just move slowly over since the last time you hit the keyframe. That's how keyframing works. All right, so then I will copy this. Nope. Paste it up here. Nope.
apply. First, you have the choice for optimizing for recording only or optimizing for streaming with the ability to record. Let's walk through both, starting with streaming. This first option is for if you planned on streaming to Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Beam, and so on, but might also want to record a local
let me
copy
pause
of your
again.
streams for highlights or montages. Click Next. For video settings, you get to choose your resolution and
There we go.
frame rate. Do note that this doesn't necessarily You have the choice for optimizing for recording only or optimizing for streaming with the ability to record.
There we go.
Click Next. For video settings, you get to
What's
choose
up,
your
Frozen
resolution
Panda?
and frame rate. Do note that this doesn't necessarily mean the resolution of your stream or recorded file, but just more what resolution your games run at. Typically, this will be 1920 by 1080. For FPS, you have a couple options. You can choose a hard selection of 30, 60, 24, and so on, but you can also choose to either prefer 60 FPS over a higher resolution. 60 over 60 FPS.
See if I can splice that together.
To either prefer 60 FPS over.
Doesn't sound very good. If I start it kind of into the word.
Prefer 60 FPS over a higher
That
resolution.
works.
Or to prefer the higher resolution over a higher frame rate. So you need to choose whether you want the smoothest possible. So you need to choose whether you want the smoothest possible video or the most detailed and high resolution video. Possible video or the most detailed and high resolution video. Typically, you want to choose the either 60 or 30.
All right, I know I missed something that had keyframes here. Yeah, this had keyframes. Which transition did I use for it? All right, one of those. I'll delete that. Nest it up. Don't you have school, Horse Taco? Not that I'm not happy that you're here. Don't get me wrong. I didn't hit auto gain. I hit transition. Oh, come on. There we go. Don't know why that's so finicky. Blame Terran's code. No, it's Premiere's UI.
Typically, you want to choose the either 60 or 30, but prefer 60 when possible option. Next, you will want to input your stream information. For example, we'll be streaming to Twitch, but you have a multitude of streaming platforms to choose from, or input your own server info. You can find your stream key under Settings in your Twitch dashboard.
Actually, I need to pull that. No, I can't pull that up. All right, so I'm going to make a marker. So at 254, 0254, stream key. I may have that later in the video, but for now, I'm just going to
in your Twitch
move on.
dashboard. For YouTube, the key is located in your live
and YT/Twitch, because I'll need both. Yeah, I don't think I recorded that yet. Do you think that would stop me? No, I don't. I do not.
stream settings for either a live event or for the Stream Now tool. Never show this.
All right, now I need to cut away. Does this footage have anything else? Yes, it does. So I'll just delete that outright, move it over here. We'll pop this in heavily, reposition a bit. Never.
Or for the Stream Now tool. Never show this key to
Actually, I need to drag those ever so slightly over the cut.
Never show this key to anyone, or else they will be able to stream to your channel. If someone happens to be able to...
All right, so then 311, 0311, I will make a note for reset key.
to see the key for some
Are you going to put in some explosions? I don't know about that.
reason, reset it immediately. Copy and paste your stream key into the box. Choose your region. Here, you also have a checkbox labeled Prefer Hardware Encoding. I have covered hardware encoding
And it won't let me
in
pause
previous
again.
videos,
Premiere.
but in a nutshell, it just uses your graphics card's extra processing power
Is that
to
your
encode the
boss?
video to keep your normal CPU processor from having to do so much work for that video process. This can
All right, what I'm actually going to do is after the key is pasted here, I'm going to screenshot this and just use the screenshot. Whoa! Hey, Horse Taco, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me see if I can fix my studio mode. I had an overlay for that. Thank you so much. What in the butt, indeed. New bars, super chatter, properties. Is my stream labels not working? Stream labels! Yep, there we go. Super chat. Most recent YouTube super chatter. The most recent one was not Lagundo. What in the world? Oh, there we go. It updated. Sweet. Oh my god. There we go. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much. Ugh. Let's get that train a rolling. Then we can implement some explosions. Let's get a bigger explosion budget going. All right, anyway, I was saving a screenshot. I don't know if I saved it yet. I'll go ahead and resave. No, I did not. And then we will pull in the screenshots just so I can like reference it and keep it still longer. It's under 20 auto config. Okay. Actually, I could have told it to just import there. There was no reason to have to go back out now. Oh well. And see, then I can just put the screenshot right here, cut away from the footage, and you can't tell the difference. It's just like I stopped moving.
Copy and paste your stream key into the box. Choose your region. Here, you also have a checkbox labeled.
I'm actually going to see if I can up the bitrate again, since I'm using proxies now. Hopefully the quality will get a little bit better.
Prefer hardware encoding. I have covered hardware encoding in previous videos, but in a nutshell, it just uses your graphics card's extra processing power to encode
It won't let
the
me
video
pause again.
to keep your normal
Can we just get like a running count of how many times this happens? Dear Lord.
That video process. This can perform a lot better, but also doesn't look as good. At least for live streams. It looks fine for recordings. In previous videos, but in a nutshell, it just uses your graphics card's extra processing power to encode the video to keep your normal CPU processor from having to do so much work for that video process. This can perform a lot better, but also doesn't look as good.
Holy crap. Thanks so much, Lagundo. You rock. I actually shouted out. I don't have a link to it if you want to link it, but I shouted out your shirt that I bought, the I'm not advertiser friendly. I mentioned that I bought that from you and I'm going to be wearing it soon. Thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you. You rock. Wow. Woo! Let's keep that train rolling. More explosion budget. That's $7 towards the explosion budget. I guess.
This can perform a lot better.
All right, that looks a little awkward. I'm going to zoom that out a little bit. Oh, it's not loading. 125. Horse tacos on screen moment of fame was ruined.
Better, but also doesn't look as good. At least for live streams. It looks fine for recordings.
All right, then I can change the pop for that since it's...
At least for live stream. But also doesn't look as good. At least for live streams. It looks fine for recordings. You need a dedicated... You need a dedicated NVIDIA or AMD graphics card from recent years to use hardware encoding. You can check it if you want. If it's not available in your...
I'll just go ahead and drag this back on.
system,
Oh, I missed quite a few messages. I have a project where I record in 240 frames, and I'm trying to slow down to 60 for some slow motion. Premiere always crashes. That sucks. You could also do it in After Effects and import it that way. Or something. I don't know. Or just drag it in Adobe Media Encoder and try to slow it down and re-render it out. Not able to donate in your country. Try the stream. You can do the Streamlabs donation. That will probably work in your country. Check that out. That's linked in the description. Actually, I can probably copy it here. I need like a message of the day bot or something. What's up, Husek? How's it going? I don't actually know how to say your name. You can also contribute here. There you go. Can I pin this? No, I can't. That's poop. Not that you need to feel pressured to donate. I'm just providing the options. All right. Anyway.
It just won't use it. Click Next. If you left the box about performing a bandwidth estimation test checked in the last screen, the tool will now ping local servers to choose the best for your...
Actually, I'm going to delete keyframes and zoom this in a little bit. Looks a little awkward as is. There we go. Haha. Actually, I can do the same here. Paste attributes, motion. Then come over here. Same thing probably. Yeah. Delete keyframe, delete keyframe, paste attribute motion. Looks a lot better. Do you use two monitors for video editing? Yes, this is my main timeline and panels. And then over here, I have my bins, my audio mixer, my markers, my progress for rendering proxies, all of that stuff. Makes my life a hell of a lot easier.
About performing a bandwidth estimation test checked in the last screen, the tool will now ping local servers to choose the best for your streaming platform. Give this a few minutes. Either way, this will also test your system's performance to determine the best possible resolution, quality, frame rate, bit rate, and so on to use for your streaming.
See you later, Lagundo. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciated as always. Have a great rest of your day / week / job / whatever. This is the only entertaining stream I've watched in several weeks. Well, thank you, Horse Taco. Thank you very much. I can't imagine how watching me edit is all that entertaining, but I'll take it.
Experience. You can review these.
Nope, I don't know why. All right, we gotta bring in our next batch of footage. Oh. I don't need that transition then. It's just going to keep going. So I will drag that in and then nest 03 nest 2. Pop in and apply my motion preset here. Again, I really need a hotkey for that. I just don't feel like setting it up right now, but I guess I should. All right, and then apply the motion to that. And it should just continue seamlessly.
And so on to use for your streaming experience. You can review these changes when it's done and hit apply
Mom, I'm on TV. I don't know about that.
settings to use the new settings within your profile.
No, I guess I need to set it to where I can review it. So we will speed through this part. Oh yeah, so I will just have it speed through that. We'll set up time interpolation, frame blending, so it looks fancy, and time to bring in clip number 3. Oh, my mouse is getting... Hello. Computer lagged. Good morning. Dear Lord, what happened? My computer's dying. Okay. I think we're stabilized now. That was weird. My mouse got all jittery and the frame rate tanked. Okay. Oh. To edit your videos, what's your recommendation for free video editor? I just linked that earlier. There was a whole thread I linked I guess I should have kept it pulled up. Let me pull it up real quick. /r/video editing. Here's a list. Actually, here's a list. Compared to the slew of gaming stuff, this is as good as it gets. Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I definitely need the motivation to keep on trucking along today. All right. Frame rate tanked again for a second there. I don't know what is causing that. I'm just going to try to stop pulling up YouTube. I think that's part of it. All right. I think we're good now. Okay. All right. Again, this should line up once I nest and stuff. Maybe I'm pinging RAM. Maybe I'm running out of RAM. Nope, that was the wrong button. I don't want to send that to After Effects. I want to nest it. O3 nest 3. Go into it. Apply the preset. Go in here. Apply this motion preset. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. See you later, Frozen Panda. Thank you so much for hanging out and checking out the stream. Hope you have a great day as well. Greatly appreciate you. Zoom this out a bit. There we go. All right, lesson learned. Frame blending tanks performance when I'm streaming this, apparently. Gotta love it when autosave only saves right after I do. All right. I'm off of the frame blending. Things should be fine.
Apply settings to use the new settings within your profile. And that's it for streaming. Run some test streams and make sure that all is working, and you should be good to go.
Oh. I'm not on proxies. That's why. My bad. There we go. What's up, Windows 98 and 95?
Go. If you do want to record your stream VODs, I do recommend making a couple of quick changes. Click Settings and go to
O3 nests 4. Gotta apply the stupid motion template thing. Saves me time in the long run, even if I find it annoying. Can't wait to see how this turn out. Hashtag Epos awesome. See you later, Silver Shadow. Enjoy walking your doggo and feed your overlord like cats. Okay. Have a good one. Horse taco, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You don't need to be back on screen for $2. You don't. Spiting Lagundo isn't worth it.
go to Output. Here, I recommend changing recording format to MKV. You can use MP4, it's the most compatible format, but it's prone to corruption.
Well,
If
let
you
me
use
well, let me
MKV,
pause.
The files will stay intact and not get corrupted.
I'm
if
going
the
to
session
punch
crashes,
Premiere
but
in
you
the
still get to
face.
use
I'm
multiple
going to
audio
punch
tracks.
it. Ah!
The default selected FLV cannot record multiple audio tracks. Then, once you've finished recording,
All right, so I resized the window here, so I've got to. There we go.
KV.
Here, you want to be on screen? Horse taco rocks my socks. There you go. You're on screen. You're famous.
You can use MP4, it's the most compatible format, but it's prone to corruption. If you use MKV, the files will stay intact and not get corrupted if your session crashes. But
I did this in the wrong order. So I'm going to have to cut it right here and then come back to it. So move this down. Bring this over. I think I did that twice too. I could be famous.
V. You can use MP4, it's the most compatible format, but it's prone to corruption. If you use MKV, the files will stay intact.
And then I can just pull off of that for now, drag this back over. Throw a little transition on here. What's up, Raid Plays? How's it going? Or Riyadh Plays? Hope you're having a great Monday. Thank you for stopping by the
Intact
stream.
and not get corrupted if your session crashes, but you still get to use multiple audio tracks. The default selected FLV cannot record multiple audio tracks. Then, once you've finished recording, you can go FLV cannot record multiple audio tracks. Then, once you've finished recording, you can go to File, Remux Recording.
Did I record the Remux recording? I don't think I did. Huh. That's annoying. All right, I'll make a note for it. I know I have the footage somewhere.
And convert that MKV back to
All right, so 455. What's up, Crafty Sid DJ? How's it going? How's it going? 0455 Remux. I'll have to come back for that. I don't know where that clip is.
convert that MKV back to an MP4 for editing if needed. I have a separate video on this process if you need it. I also recommend changing the recording path to
There we go. And then I can bring this clip back in.
I also recommend changing the
All right, is that lined up still? Yep.
recording path to a secondary hard drive.
All right, we're actually not going to transition that just yet because we will need to do some motion tracking here.
On your system. I have a couple videos dedicated to why you should do this and the choices involved, which you can check out in the description below as well. Next, let's run through the configuration.
All right, I'm going to nest that in After Effects for that motion blur. Save it. Add transition here and back over here. All right, this is another spot. What did you... Don't spoil secrets, Horse Taco. Come on now. All right, so this part I'm going to play back again real quick. This is another instance where the individual course videos will differ from the bigger picture master course total video.
I also recommend changing the recording path to a secondary hard drive on your system. I have a couple videos dedicated to why you should do this and the choices involved, which you can check out in the description below as well.
See, where I reference that, I'm literally just going to do a little transition into that part of the original video I uploaded in like February talking about that. So you won't have to hunt around for information quite as much. Wow, my voice is going out. Well, then I don't recommend using MOV for you. Just use MKV.
Next, let's run through the configuration wizard for
If MOV isn't working for you, use MKV.
recording. You can only do this once. A second time will replace your original settings. So if you want different settings for
What's up, Eagle Prive? Hey, thanks, Tom McNamara. Working hard on it, trying to get it working, or trying to get it together. It's going to be a long and slow editing grind, and I'm trying to get it done by Halloween. I'm no longer convinced I can, but that is still my ETA for the moment.
settings for recording one day and streaming another, you need to use multiple profiles. Go to Profile, New, and give it a name if you want to make a separate recording profile. I have a full video on profiles and their uses and stuff down
Now I can't
below
pause
as well.
again. I
This is for
love
higher quality
Premiere.
recordings, whereas the streaming profile just records an exact copy of what you streamed. Again, go to Tools and click on the Auto Configuration Wizard. This time,
Oh my
click
God.
Optimize just
Let
for
me stop,
recording.
stop.
I will not be streaming, and click Next. For video settings, you have the same options as before. You get to choose your resolution and frame rate. Do note that this doesn't necessarily mean the resolution that you're recording to, but more what resolution your game's at. Typically, this is 1080p, 1920 by 1080.
Oh my God.
For FPS, you have a couple options. You can choose a hard selection of 24, 30, 60.
There we go. Finally. Dear Lord. All right. We're going to cut off of this right here.
If you want to make a separate
Goodness.
file, New, and give it a name if you want to make a separate recording profile.
What do you think of Avid Media Composer? I've never honestly used it a whole lot. It's used in Hollywood and things like that. My opinion isn't super relevant on it. They do have a free version available now, but it doesn't respond to Windows scaling, so it's virtually useless on a 4K monitor because you can't see anything. So, no clue. Enjoy the LGR Thrifts episode.
I have a full video on profiles and their uses and stuff down there below as well. This is for higher quality recordings, whereas the streaming profile just records an exact copy of what you streamed. Again, go to Tools and
All right, here we're going to do some more motion tracking. So rip performance while I disable proxies.
go to Tools and click on the Auto Configuration Wizard. This time, click Optimize just for recording. I will not be streaming. And click Next.
There we go. See you later, Dennis.
For video settings, you have the same options as before. You get to choose your resolution and frame rate. Do note that this doesn't necessarily mean the resolution that you're recording to. But more what resolution your game's at. Typically, this is 1080p, 1920 by 1080. For FPS, you have a couple options. You can choose a hard selection of 24, 30, 60, and so on, but you can also choose to either prefer 60 FPS over a higher resolution.
I'm going to actually copy this bit over here just to make it easier to show the exact same thing.
And so on, but you can also choose to either prefer 60 FPS over a higher resolution or to prefer the higher resolution over.
All right, and then we can go ahead and throw our scaled clip here into After Effects for that motion blur. Save it, throw on a transition. I don't remember which one I was going to use. Actually, I don't think we were going to use any. That's fine. Cinesight Studios in Montreal. Well, thanks, Eric. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out in the live stream. Greatly appreciated. And cool that you're watching from your work. Awesome.
For the higher resolution over a higher frame rate. So you need to choose whether you want the smoothest possible video or the most detailed and high resolution. Video. While typically you would want to choose the either 60 or 30 but prefer 60 when possible option for streaming, for recording you might want to choose the either 60.
And actually I'm going to grab another screenshot here. Not there. Where's it at? There we go. And we're going to go ahead and tell it to import, actually. And we're going to use that screenshot here. Just to make it easier to reference.
Possible option for streaming. For recording, you might want to choose the either 60 or 30 but prefer high resolution option instead. This will prioritize 1080p over 60 FPS. Up to you though. Click next. The tool will now run a system test to determine.
All right, we're just going to include that bit, I guess. That's a little awkward. I may go back and polish it later, but I do want that to be shown.
The tool.
And we will crop off some of this dead air here. There we go.
The tool will now run a system test to determine the best recording settings for you.
We're actually going to punch this in a little bit and reframe a tad.
You can review them and click Apply Settings to begin using them. Once again, I do recommend making a couple of quick.
All right. And then we'll drag in our new settings setup here. Gonna delete keyframes and reset.
Quick changes. Click Settings and go to Output.
Gonna start keyframe.
Here I recommend
and zoom in a bit here.
and changing recording format to MKV. You can
And again, I did this out of order, but I already said this once, so I don't think it matters if I do it in order this time.
use MP4. It is the most compatible format, but it is prone to corruption. If you use MKV, the files will stay intact regardless of computer or software crashes and not get
New keyframe.
And
we'll punch in again.
corrupted if that happens. But if you still get to use multiple audio tracks here, whereas the default selected FLV file cannot record multiple audio tracks. Then, once you've finished recording, you
Alright,
can
well,
go
let
to
me
File,
pause.
Remux Recordings, and switch it back to an MP4 with
Making
all
a
the
note,
audio
732
tracks intact
Remux.
and not have to worry about it. It's kind of nice. I also recommend
Alright, there we go. Alright, and then we're going to zoom this back out here real quick. Bam, bam.
not record multiple audio tracks.
And just reset. We'll actually punch it in a tad. Perfect. All right, then we're going to plop that into After Effects. Give me that yummy motion blur. Transition off of it. Flip proxies back on. And we're done with this episode almost too. And then I got to run to the bathroom again. But we'll finish this up. I am stoked, man.
Recordings and switch it back to an MP4 with all the audio tracks intact and not have to worry about it. It's kind of nice.
All right, so that will be the Remux bit.
I also recommend
Go ahead and
changing
delete
the
that.
recording path to a secondary drive in your system. I have a couple videos explaining
All right, we're going to punch that in. 119. Frame it a bit.
why you would want to do this and the choices involved. You can check that on the description below. But that is it. The auto configuration wizard makes setting up your OBS Studio settings much easier. Hopefully this helps you go through the process. I also hope this episode of
All right, we're going to play with punch-ins to hide our jump cuts here because I don't feel like covering it up with B-roll. Oh. All right, so this one's going to punch in a lot. Reframe it. This one's going to be punched in a little bit. We'll make it 117. Reframe it. And then that one's going to be normal. So ideally, it won't look too obvious that we're doing jump cuts here.
Studio settings much easier. Hopefully this helps you go through the process.
I mean, it's still cut as far as the audio, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of gap there.
I also hope this episode of my OBS
And I forgot on the last episode to throw on our subscribe lower third. Where's that at? Right here.
Studio tutorial.
And then we can throw on our end card. Once we enable the damn audio tracks here. All right, and that should go to audio track 5. Turn that down -3 or so dB, I think. I can polish that up later. And we're pretty much done. I got to go back through and get some B-roll shots and stuff, but that is the gist of this episode too. Holy crap. All right, we're 2 down. I'm feeling good about this. I only have a couple more hours left in today, but this is good. I may stream more like this just all week until I get this done.
System. I have a couple videos explaining why you would want to do this and the choices involved. You can check that on the description below. But that is it. The auto configuration wizard makes setting up your OBS Studio settings much easier. Hopefully this helps you go through the process. I also hope this episode of my OBS Studio tutorial course has been helpful for you. If it was, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for awesome tech videos. Come follow me on Twitch and hit that follow button if you'd like. And I'm EposVox. I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching this episode of my OBS Studio tutorial course. More videos like this and a full master class are linked in the playlist in the video description. Click to learn more. Also,
All right, so that is this episode. Let me throw the subscribe lower third over here on our previous episode.
description.
Hey, what's up,
and the
Shatter?
card icon to keep learning.
All right. So that is 2 episodes down. I am super freaking stoked. That is amazing. We're going to be moving on to episode 3 next, which is sequences for individual eps. That's going to be profiles and scene collections. We're going to move on to that next, but I need to run to the bathroom real quick again, so I will be right back. Thanks for tuning in. We're still going for a couple more hours, so stick with me. I'll be right back in just a momento.
to Boston. Lives in a world she's lost in. Victim of compromise. He's staring at her Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's a whistle in the catacombs, a paradox. He's in love with the statue in a marble block.
I'm back.
He's in love with the girl that time forgot. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that
right, howdy. Hello, hello. We are back. Welcome to my OBS Studio tutorial course editing stream. We have about another hour left in the stream. We've been going for 3 hours straight. In order to actually have this archived to YouTube properly, I have to keep it under 4 hours. So we got about another hour. Thank you so much to everyone who's been tuning in. I can't believe how many people have actually showed up so far. Dear Lord, this has been great. And thank you to Horse Taco and Lagundo for the super chat drops. Much appreciated. And we are going to edit episode 4. We've edited 2 and 3. We're going to edit episode 4 and probably get this finished.
Now that we
need my EposVox lower third. Unlink the audio out.
know how the UI in OBS Studio works, it's time to take a dive into profiles and scene collections and discuss how you might utilize these to really get the most out of the software.
All right, and we need the intro clip to go over the lower third and cut it off. There we go. And then we can go on and bring in an ad spot. Might as well switch back to the Elgato Stream Deck one. This is actually hard to find here. Looking for sequences. Looking for sequences. Cam link banner, that's not the right one. Webcam, that's not it. Where is it? Cam link ad spot. We want the Stream Deck ad spot. Stream Deck banner. I know it's in here. Oh, it's right here. Okay. And we'll bring that in. Okay.
Any high-tier live production needs a variety of scenes to show and quick, precise switching between them. The Elgato Stream Deck gives you 15 keys with customizable LCD screens behind each one. They can execute macros, application launchers, and do scene switching and source muting for OBS, and you can nest folders for more actions and unlimited power. Unlimited power! Grab yours today via the link in the video description.
I'm EposVox, here to make tech easy.
By the way, that doesn't go to black with the actual clip. If I uncheck it, you can see here, it's just the proxies that don't have the alpha channel that go to black.
I'm EposVox, here to make tech easier and more fun, and welcome back to my OBS Studio tutorial course. I have many more videos on the software in the playlist linked in the video description. Check that before asking questions, and check the introduction video to learn how this course works, if you get confused.
It's actually getting colder in here. I was expecting it to get warmer. I may have to put on my sweatshirt.
Focusing on two specific parts of the OBS Studio software today.
I'm going to make a graphic for this. I haven't done a whole lot of graphics just yet. We're going to make a graphic. Video graphics resources, backgrounds, benchmark background. That's a few different layers. Okay, we're just going to drag it into a new one. How's everyone doing? How is your Monday going? Got any exciting plans for the weekend? I might be heading up to IEM Oakland in mid-November, and I find out about that this week, I hope. I'm super stoked. I've never been to a proper game tournament, never spent much time in California. I'm overall pretty excited. Yeah. Part of my Intel sponsorship and all that. All that jazz. All right, we will type in here profiles and scene colecciones. Center that, enter, make it big. And then we will make this the same size as the bottom one. I wish there was a way to automatically just like make all lines the same width. I feel like that's a fairly basic feature that should already be here, but it's not. Or at least I've not found anything about it and no one's suggested it. What's up, Ragnas? Welcome back. I remember you. Don't worry, I remember you. I will remember you. Do 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 do. I'll never do that again. Diamond Rice, gonna have fun? Sweet! Watch some buggy as hell PUBG gameplay and some CSGO gameplay. That's the wrong window. Oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? Here we go. Profile and scene collection. Oh, I don't have the right bins open. There we go. Well, maybe I'll see you there, depending on your work schedule. That would be pretty cool.
We're focusing on two specific parts of the OBS Studio software today. Two important groupings that work together to vastly expand what you can do with the streaming software. In a nutshell, profiles are different settings presets.
All right, we're going to have this move ever so slightly and give it a little motion blur. So bam, bam. And we're going to bring it to about there. And just have it zoom in just the teeniest bit. Add a little motion blur to that. And just add a little bit of extra polish. Shall we? Maybe. After Effects, After Effects. After Effects. Please load. Yeah, I'm going to have to switch shirts. Jeez. I'm making a huge multi-video course of tutorials for OBS Studio. Big educational course. There we go. It's about 50 videos. All right, and see, this will move much cooler.
Together to vastly expand what you can do with the streaming software. In a nutshell, profiles are different settings presets that you create. These affect your streaming.
All right, I really need to change to a warmer shirt real quick. It's actually getting kind of chilly, so I will be right back. How many hours can you sit in front of a PC continuously? All of them? It's obviously an unhealthy lifestyle, but I spend most of my time right here. I'll be right back. I really got to put on a bigger shirt real quick. All right, I'm back. It was just 2 days ago. It was almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and now it's like 50. Big 40-degree drop makes things very confusing. Yeah, I've been working on this course pretty much all... Oh, is my voice getting weird? Nope. I've been working on this course pretty much all year, and I'm so happy to finally be getting it together. Yeah, 50 individual videos-ish, and then about an 8 or 9 hour master course, which includes those 50 videos, but then a lot more content and a little bit of deeper explanation as well. So I'm editing the videos first, and then I will put them together in the class and chop them up and add the extra stuff.
And recording settings, bit rates, resolutions, etc. Scene collections are saved groupings of your scenes and sources, including audio devices. Let's start with profiles.
Let's start with
Audio
profiles.
devices. Let's start with profiles. Profiles are the simpler grouping. By creating and naming profiles, you can manage many different groups of streaming and recording settings.
All right, I don't know what I should be showing for this, to be honest. What kind of B-roll we got here? We got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess let's just start with 7. I don't know what order they're in or anything. All right, so I do show profiles and scene collections, so we'll bring this up a bit.
Are different settings.
Hello, phone. Who dis? Kindle, I don't want ad notifications.
Presets that you create. These affect your streaming and recording settings, bit rates, resolutions, etc. Scene collections are saved groupings of your scenes and sources, including audio devices. Let's start with profiles. Profiles are the simpler grouping.
LGR Thrifts was boring. Regret. Well, you missed like 500 shoutouts for you, bro. Just kidding. All right, see you later, Ragnes. Get some sleep. Haven't slept for 30 hours. Jeez. Get some sleep, buddy. See you later. Thanks for hanging out in the stream.
Profiles. Profiles are the simple.
Peace out.
Profiles are the simpler grouping. By
Actually. Oh, all right.
creating and naming profiles, you can manage many different groups of streaming and recording settings for different use cases. This is super handy if you do
Keep in mind when the proxies are not enabled, you don't see the taskbar. I know that looks a little weird as is.
a lot of different forms of streaming and recording. I have a ton of
All right, this one's about to get all motion tracky up in here.
different forms.
And this is where I should have nested for that stupid... Whatever. 1925. I'm going to have this memorized by now. There we go.
Forms of streaming and recording. I have a ton of profiles as I use OBS for just about everything these days. For example, I have different profiles for streaming to Twitch, streaming to restream for going to Twitch and YouTube at
Damn
the
it.
same
Well, let me pause
time,
again.
direct recording to disk in the highest possible quality from consoles, recording my tutorials, webcam recording settings, and so on. By clicking the profile menu, you have the I have different profiles.
These videos will be freely available on my YouTube channel, so if you'd like to support them making them happen, because this has been more work than pretty much anything I've worked on for YouTube, you can come become a Patreon at patreon.com/EposVox to support me financially, or you can, donate through the donation link below for the Streamlabs, for the pop-up, or the YouTube sponsor, or the Super Chat, or anything if you'd like to keep this train rolling. Just had to plug that a little bit there. All right, doesn't make sense to do this at 100% if I don't have a bottom bar for it, which means I need to copy one over. I'll copy the UI one if I can find it. All right, then I just got to change the text. OBS Studio 104 Profiles, scene, collections. That's going to be too big. Huh. I'll just call it profiles and scenes. Yeah? Whatever. Close enough. Okay.
Profiles, you can manage many different groups of streaming and recording settings for different use cases. This is super handy if you do a lot of different forms
Well,
of
let me
streaming
control the
and
friggin'
recording.
software again.
I have a ton of profiles as I use OBS for just about everything these days. For example, I have different profiles for streaming to Twitch, streaming to Restream for going to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, direct recording to disk in the highest possible quality from consoles, recording my tutorials,
Oh my God.
webcam recording
Premiere.
settings, and so on.
Why do
By
these?
clicking the Profile menu, you have the ability to make a new profile, duplicate an existing profile, rename profiles, and remove profiles, and import and export them. Making a new profile starts with a completely blank slate and empty settings. If you want to make slight variations of existing profiles, such as to make a separate but similar profile for streaming to Twitch and YouTube, or so on, then you can make the profile once, duplicate the profile,
There we go.
manage many different groups of streaming and recording settings for different use cases. This is super handy if you do a lot of different forms of streaming and recording. I have a ton of profiles.
Oh my
as I
God.
use OBS for just about everything. For example, I have different profiles for streaming to Twitch, streaming to Restream for going to Twitch and YouTube at the same time.
There we go. All right, it looks like if I Alt-Tab, it gives me control again. That's so dumb. Choose at work. Whoa, where did all these keyframes come from? What did I just do? Hold up. There we go. Okay.
Possible quality
It's actually perfect.
from consoles, recording my tutorials, webcam recording settings, and so on. By clicking the Profile menu,
Haha! I've got you now, Spider-Man! Let's see if I actually followed the script with where this is supposed to go. Did I just toggle VR display? Don't do that. Don't do that, Epos.
you have the ability to make a new profile, duplicate an existing profile, rename profiles, and remove.
It looks like I hit the profile button about here. So I can transition from that. So I will just After Effectsify all of that. And then I can cut it and transition it. Sweet. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Actually, no, I'm going to need to zoom in anyway, so I'm going to have to leave me some headroom here.
By clicking the Profile menu, you have the ability to make a new profile, duplicate an existing profile, rename profiles, and remove profiles, and import and export them. Making a new profile starts with a completely blank slate and empty settings.
That's all you heard? That's funny. All right, do I ever actually go and make a new profile? Yes. Give me that motion blur. Motion, motion, motion blur, 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 blur. Delete keyframes. 1925, 939, 94. Drag this over here. Here.
Making a new profile starts with a completely blank slate and empty settings. If you want to make slight variations of existing profiles, such as to make a separate but similar profile for streaming to Twitch and YouTube, or so on, then you can make the profile one.
Okay. I will worry about duplicate later. We're going to do export here, so I'm just going to move that away for the moment. Transition off that for funsies. We're going to leave the bar on for now.
Then you can make the profile once, duplicate the profile, and give it a new name. Then make the required tweaks for the different platforms. Exporting your profiles to a folder is
Delete that empty space. We'll bring this footage back. Drag it over one frame.
Exporting your profiles to a folder is a good idea for keeping them backed up. If you need to reinstall your operating system, or you somehow corrupt your OBS Studio installation, or if you want to replicate your settings to another PC, using the import-export tool is super handy and can save you a lot of frustration. I keep my most important profiles backed up to just an OBS Profiles folder in my Documents folder. Just remember to make new exports whenever you make major changes to your profiles. My Twitch profile has a base resolution of 1080p.
All right, do I talk about that? Actually, I do show where my stuff is located, so I'm going to grab that.
I keep my most important profiles backed up to just an OBS Profiles folder in my Documents folder.
The horse throttle.
Just remember to make new exports whenever you make major changes to your profiles. My Twitch profile has a base resolution of 1080p.
That got completely cut off. Lol.
Profiles backed up to just an OBS Profiles folder in my Documents folder. Just remember to
Horse Accelerator. What's up? It's spooky. Good time to have that name.
make new exports whenever you
Halloween.
make major changes to your profiles. My Twitch profile has a base resolution of 1080p, streams to 720p at 5.7.
Yeah, I like your name. It's very Halloweeny.
megabits per second and records at 1080p at 30 megabits per second.
That's not the right profile, bro.
Megabits per second, and
I'm going to have to update that. That's not the right profile. So 306. Adding a note to get more B-roll. Thank you, QJR. Have a great rest of your day.
of 1080p, streams to 720p at 5.7 megabits per second, and records at 1080p at 30 megabits per second. My editing tutorials.
All right, that's the... Oh. Did I already hit Twitch first? No? That's weird. All right, so that's what this is.
Profile, however, is set up to record a full 4K 60 FPS in the NVIDIA encoder. And my
Thanks for sending motivations, Eleversal.
webcam profile takes
What the hell is the Pumpkin Man?
my Logitech Brio webcam at 1080p 60 FPS and records it to disk. I have many more, but these are some of the various use cases that different profiles are critical for.
Little pro tip, always go a frame or two over the cut just to make sure nothing funky shows up.
Profiles affect just
Although in this case, I closed the settings menu, so 1925, 939, 94.
are that different profiles are critical for. Profiles affect just about everything in the settings, but they do not affect your audio devices, your microphone inputs, your desktop speaker outputs, and so on. That can be easy to confuse, so you usually want a specific scene collection for each profile. Speaking of which, next is scene.
Oh, is it the dancing dude from one of the local news stations? Is that what you're talking about?
Speaking of which,
Oh. See you later, QJR. Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated.
next is scene collections. The scene collections menu has the same options as the profile menu for duplicating, exporting, making new collections, and so on. Where the profiles affect your settings, scene collections affect your scenes, sources, and audio devices. Usually, you want specific scene collections to go with your various profiles. I usually name them the same thing to keep it simple, i.e. my Twitch scene collection matches up with my Twitch and Restream profiles. It's also worth noting that your video resolution is still controlled by the profile, so a scene
Mute out that extra mouth noise audio. What's up, Argon? How's it going? Thank you for stopping by the stream. We've got another 30 minutes or so till we got to wrap it up. Been going all day today. Pretty good.
It's also worth noting that your video resolution is still controlled by the profile, so a scene collection of 1080p.
All right, I did have a clip in the UI video, I think, where I showed this. So I want to check that out. No? Was it in the auto config? That wouldn't have been right. Oh, there's two video files here. There we go. 1925, 939, 94.
Still controlled by the profile, so a scene collection of 1080p sources made to run at full 1080p will not look right with a 720p profile. That being said, different scene collections for controlling video devices differently can be super helpful for managing.
You're liking this because I am awesome, and you can't resist. That's why, polemic gamers.
Complex setups with multiple monitors, input devices, and so on. And as with profiles, you can export your scene collections.
There we go.
For backup. This is more useful for backup than transferring to other PCs, like with profiles, since video devices will show up quite differently across different PCs.
Oh, we're going to have to After Effects this one too. Damn.
This is more
1925, 939, 94.
useful for backup than transferring to other PCs, like with profiles, since video devices will show up quite differently across different PCs. Just worth considering. All of my scene collections match up to my profiles. My Twitch scene collection contains the graphics overlays, capture card inputs, and audio mixing for my Twitch live streams. My tutorial recording scene collection contains the desktop capture modes for my 3 monitors, along with a scene switcher config for recording tutorials.
$3 a.m. Nice.
Along with a scene switcher config
Make sure you
for
sleep.
recording tutorials. My webcam scene collection contains full-size scenes for my webcams. Pretty straightforward. And that's it. Different customizable profiles and scene.
All right, I keep having to Alt-Tab to be able to pause the video. That's an annoying bug. How many bugs am I going to encounter in one stream? I need to make Adobe just watch like all of this.
And that's it. Different customizable profiles and
Punch that in a little bit in case we need to cut.
scene collections are part of what makes OBS Studio a very complex and capable streaming and recording software. I now use it for virtually all of my recording and streaming needs. Again, if you're confused about anything, check out my full OBS Studio
I've not played Fortnite yet. It's on my list to check out. Haven't gotten to it yet.
education course linked in the video description for the rest of the in-depth video. I do hope this episode. Again, if you're confused about anything, check out my full OBS Studio education course linked in the video description for the rest of the in-depth videos. I do hope this episode of my OBS Studio tutorial course has been helpful for you. If it was, drop kick that like button and subscribe for more awesome tech.
Need that lower third. We actually got through this much quicker than I was expecting. Unlink. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. Unlink. Get rid of the audio track. You can customize your color labels in the preferences. Label colors. And actually in an upcoming update, they finally give you more than the like 8 or so that we have available. You can customize which one is which, yada yada. And I mean, these are green because they're nested sequences, whereas these are raw clips, so they're blue. These nested sequences are green, and then the After Effects dynamic links are pink.
On Twitch and drop me a message in chat. Until next time, I'm EposVox. Happy streaming.
Thanks for watching this episode of my OBS Studio Tutorial Course. More videos like this and a full master class are linked in the playlist in the video description.
I am exhausted,
Click
but this is
to
awesome.
learn more.
To
Also,
learn
consider
more.
joining us on Patreon to help keep tech education free. Go to Patreon.
All right, so that's episode 4 done. I was not expecting that, to be honest. I mean, obviously, there's touch-ups, and I got to add B-roll and all that stuff, but that is great. So we are going to start on episode 5, but we only got about 25 minutes left in the stream, so won't be able to do too much on it. If you guys have any questions or want to throw in any tips or whatever, now is the time before I wrap up the stream. I do appreciate everyone for tuning in and hanging out. We're going to pull up episode 5 here to start editing. Been pretty awesome. Yeah. Episode 5 is scenes and sources. So we want to pull up, copy in the bar, rename this one to O5 bar, pull it up in the settings, and we can change this 105 scenes and sources. Whew, that just barely fits. What if I put a plus? Does that take up less space? Yes, it does. Perfect. All right, that will be our bar graphic. I just got... Oh, I'm getting text confirmation about my Elgato ad spots. What up? Perfect timing. Check the screenshot I sent on Discord. Okay. That's a big ass lens. I think I've seen that video actually. I watch a lot of Christopher's stuff. He makes some decent photography videos. Yeah, I did in the profiles and scene selections video. I mentioned that it doesn't affect audio devices and stuff. And in the master course, I'll add some voiceover for that to explain a little bit more. Cool. Elgato just approved my ad spots. I just got to change the text on them and we're good. Sweet. Let me see here. Pull the webcam slap back up. I want to make sure confirmation of how many I'm running. $20 videos. All right, sweet. Sorry, I had to make sure to check on this. That lens is clearly compensating for something. Elgato does sponsorships. Not exactly. Not exactly. All right, let's pull in. We will need our ad spot here. I guess we'll do cam link on this one. And then we'll need a transition from that. We'll do this transition. All right. Excuse me. Need our lower third. EposVox lower third. There we go. Excuse me. God, unlink that audio.
Throughout all of these OBS Studio videos.
All right, so this shot that you're seeing right now with the green screen is with the Panasonic G7 mirrorless camera run into the AverMedia Extreme Cap UVC capture card with the Elgato green screen behind me and a big 90 and big panel. And then this is the Logitech Brio 4K webcam running at 1080p 60 because that's where it's best at. No reason to chroma key this out because there's nothing to put behind me. So this is the Brio. This is the G7.
Videos, two things you'll probably hear referred to most are scenes and sources. It's probably a good idea to make sure you know what the heck I'm talking about then, right?
What's up, Laser Blade? I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, I don't use the C920 anymore. It's kind of difficult now with the drivers. Although they may have fixed it, but it got pretty bad in Windows 10 for a while. The Elgato Cam Link takes your mirrorless DSLR, GoPro, or camcorder and turns it into a higher quality face cam than any webcam could ever provide, without the hassle and headache of normal USB webcam drivers or their terrible settings configuration. Get an uncompressed... Wait a minute. Was that not zoomed in all the way? Provide. Why? That's supposed to be cropped in all the way. What in the world? Oh, is that because of the proxies? Yeah, that's because of the proxies. Okay. Not a big deal. Never mind. Proceed. Without the hassle and headache of normal USB webcam drivers or their I normally use the Brio mush. Hello, voice. You can tell I've been talking for 4 hours. I normally use the Brio alone for my live streams just because I'm lazy, but since I was setting all of this up, I wanted to set up the Panasonic G7. Just test it out with the green screen, and it turns out quite nice. Like, in the little preview I got, the green screen looks great. Terrible settings configuration. Get an uncompressed, low-latency 1080p 60 signal from your camera straight to your stream with this little device right here. Buy one via the link in the video description.
I'm EposVox, here to make tech easier
And more fun.
And welcome back to my OBS Studio tutorial course. I have
And
many
more
videos on the software linked in the playlist in the video description down below. Check that before asking questions, and check the introduction video to see how this course works. Scenes and sources go hand in hand and are essential to setting up a recording. Hand in hand.
106 hand meme. I will find some sort of meme to put there. What's up, Sophia? The course will be free on the YouTube channel once it's available. It won't be available till at least the end of this month. If you would like to support it there, of course, I will be editing probably all week live on the channel. You can support via the super chat or donation buttons below. I do have a Streamlabs donation button as well if you want to get popped up on stream. Or you can follow over on patreon.com/EposVox and help keep this boat rolling, so to speak. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. No, not a new workspace.
Hand in hand and are essential to setting up a recording or live.
You can use multiple webcams at a time, yes. I've done a full live broadcast. Well, actually, I use multiple webcams in the first place. If I pull up here, actually, I need to change the Stream Deck thing, and then I will show you. Oh, it's still over here. That sucks. All right, so I will... Oh, God. It changed my stream collection midstream. Holy balls, Batman. Oh, no. This is terrible. Okay. I think we're okay. All right, so... this is my Panasonic G7 running in a capture card. This would normally be my console gameplay running in a capture card, but the console isn't turned on. This is my Logitech Brio 4K webcam running at 1080p 60. And here is my Logitech C922 webcam. Over here. Hello. I always have multiple webcams going. There we go. Multiple Elgatos. You can run as many cam links as you want, just keeping in mind the USB bandwidth required. And then you can run different normal USB Elgatos. I don't know if you can run multiple of the same, like HD60S or whatever. I've never had multiple to try. I do know you can run multiple cam links, though.
Or live stream with OBS Studio. Sources are your, well, sources of data.
I'm just going to say sources are sources. Oh, whoops. Sources. And then I will have that zoom out from zoomed in instead of zooming in like the other one. So there to there-ish. Add that to After Effects for that motion blur. Transition. There we go. Another transition. Whammo.
With OBS Studio, sources are your, well, sources of data for your stream. Video input devices such as a webcam.
All right, and then I have a lot of editing to do there. I actually have to run to the bathroom real quick, and we're almost out of time anyway. So thanks so much to everyone who watched. Thank you for hanging out in the stream, and my button didn't press. There we go. Thank you to everyone who hung out in the stream and chatted. Thank you to Lagundo and Horse Taco for contributing via the super chat and all of that. So much. Greatly appreciate it. Any opinions on the game show, the watered down Wirecast program? I didn't know they made a different version of Wirecast. I haven't looked at it. I'll have to look at it and get back to you. If you want a real professional streaming program, look at vMix. It is amazing, and they just keep adding they've added a bunch of new features to it this past year, and it's great. Actually, let's look at how much RAM I'm using at the moment. Performance, memory. We are using exactly 32 gigs of my 64 gigs. Part of my... I have like space reserved in Premiere for other programs because Chrome itself will eat up 14 gigs sometimes. I have 9 set up. Let me set that to 5. There. For all of my Adobe apps, I have 60 gigs basically of RAM set to be shared. When I'm doing the editing and have proxies disabled, it'll go up to like 50 gigs used. But at the moment, it's sitting right at 32, interestingly enough. But yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who hung out and things like that. And hope you have a great rest of your day and rest of your week if I don't see you again. But I most likely will be streaming again, maybe even tomorrow, probably Wednesday for sure, to keep editing this. Because I honestly don't really have much. vMix was the program, Paul. I don't really have much video schedule ready to go yet, and I need to work on this. So this will be my video schedule for the next week or so. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your whatever, and I'll see you later.